Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by two of my three co-hosts. I'm joined by my little bro, the Don, the young OG. Unfortunately, he's a Liverpool fan, but my Don, Ryan, is in the building. So we'll start with you, Ryan. How you doing? You blessed and everything? What are you telling me?
You know what? I'm so excited for the show today. I don't even know why, but I was like thinking, oh, I got Q&A tonight, man. I'm buzzing for that still, you know. I don't know what it was. Yeah.
There you go, innit? It's because you're just going to see, if I'm just saying what it is, you were going to see me in it. I understand, man. It's me. I get it. If I was you, I'd be excited to see me as well.
Probably I was going to see Eleanor instead of the other two co-hosts that I have.
No,
but yeah,
cool. All right. And also,
actually, you know what? I still think we should, this three that I see on screen right now, I think that should be the three in the Q&A moving forward, innit? Like,
this guy and his agendas, you know.
The best, like, you know, combination, I believe.
You done with your agendas, yeah? All right, cool. Okay.
It's not even
all right. And yeah, I got a welcome to the show as well. She did tell you lot that she will be on the show on a regular basis, and I did say she would be here on a regular basis. Great, knowledgeable football fan, you know what I'm saying? That gives us a different perspective, being a Spurs fan as well. Never afraid to hold her tongue, which is great. Eleanor is also in the building. How are you doing, Eleanor? Everything good?
I'm good. Really happy. Like Ryan, I also felt really excited. I messaged you at 7 a.m. about the Q&A. Yeah. I was like, it's Wednesday. There's a Q&A. Yeah. Like, I was just so excited. I was just so happy.
I love that. And we got to complete the quartet as well. We have to complete the quartet. The queen of Sarcasm City is also here. Yan City is in the building. How you doing, Yan?
Not great.
Are you good? Why are you not great? What's up?
I'm not well.
So. Are you not well? Hey, everybody in the comments, send your well wishes to Yan. Yan, get well soon. Get well soon. Get well soon. But
get well soon.
I'm blessed. Can't complain. You know, it's like dealing with Ryan. It's always a bit going down. They dipped a bit, but minus that, yeah. But minus that, you know what I'm saying? It's all
You know what? The viewers don't see the private chat, and the private chat sometimes is going on online.
Yeah, the private chat be crazy. The private chat be crazy. It really is, isn't it? Look at this. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, right. I'm ignoring Ryan there and but love to everyone who's locked in, and this is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A people.
Nippon, yeah, go on. Can you leave Drizzy? Drizzy's allowed to send as much love as he needs to be.
As long as Ellen is okay with it, that's calm. As long as Ellen is calm with it, then that's fine. If she said she's not, then it'd be like, nah, I'm not. Same with Yan City. Same if it was myself. It's Ryan. You can do what you want. But us three, nah, that can't run. Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah, people, this is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. So if you haven't seen the show before, it's where we just answer any sporting question. So it's any sport, past or present. You can give us, you can ask us any question you want to, because when we're doing random, so whether we're doing a football stream, whether it's an NBA stream, we always get random questions in the chat. So this is the time for you lot in the comments to get whatever you want about any sport off your chest. Also as well, though, like if you're a member of the channel, then your comment takes priority like a super chat. So if you're a member of the channel, your comment will take priority. So if you see me go into the same names, it's because that is a part of the membership. Link is underneath in the description as well. And whether you're watching this live or watching this back, please make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that, vitally important. Share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Large up Slens. Big up my guy Slens, who's also a member. He says Ryan is being treated like cabbage. Justice for Ryan. He's a Liverpool fan. He should be used to it. You know what I'm saying? And he would support them, but we moved. Is what it is. But
I don't know what's in this guy. Why this guy's getting so giddy today? You know, like
giddy. I just like kicking you in it. It's great, fam. I don't know what it is, but
I don't have a nice accent, so I'll just copy you lot.
Giddy. Like giddy. It's because none of them said it.
Northern accent, innit?
Yeah, giddy.
Northern accent.
He says big up everyone. Nah, the London accent's nice though. I like the London accent. It is a nice accent.
Yeah, I like
big up. Large up Nippon says big up everyone. Ahmed also says big up everyone. C1 says big up the panel. Shout out Saint says being a Liverpool fan is Ryan's best trait. That is debatable still, but large up Saint, he says large up the gang inside.
Nah, I'm just joking. Big up my guy Nick in it.
Big Abzu says big up to the panel. Josh is saying, Jose is saying the same thing. Big up the panel, big up to you. Large up Drizzy Des, who said not hello to one of us apart from Drizzy, but large up my guy Drizzy as well. Everyone is saying get well soon to Yan as well. Yeah, she's off mute, so she can hear that.
Yan.
Everyone's telling you, yeah. Ahmed here says, flawless, you gotta admit, Twitch
thank
was
you,
sick
Dan.
last night, minus the game being called off. Oh, yeah, because the Jamaica game did get called off, and we were just running a Q&A, but yeah, it was sick, 100%. Well, we'll start here, actually. Nippin says, question for Ray Ray. What are your thoughts on the Jordan Henderson situation?
Get him out! Like, why are
Talk about
Liverpool
it.
fans so like desperate to getting all this sentiment? Oh, how could we sell our captain, man? He's shit in it. Like, he's 31, injury prone. He's not that good. Like, stop getting, you know, like we're not gonna lose anything if we lose Jordan Henderson in it. Like, our fan base are so. You know what I hate? I hate sentiment. I just hate sentiment so much. Sentiment is what doesn't allow you to progress as a club, man. It doesn't allow you to progress as a club. Why do you think Sir Alex Ferguson was so successful at United? Because he wasn't into sentiment. If he sold the likes of Roy Keane, David Beckham when people didn't want them to go, you know why? Because he was like, right, sell them. We need to progress in it. And now if Jordan Henderson leaves, so what? He's not that good. He's old. He's injury prone. Like, he's just not that good. We're not gonna miss out if we lose him. Literally, I just want these passion merchants out in it. I want the passion merchants out, and I want the good technical footballers in my midfield now, not the passion hard yard merchants now in it. Like, oh man, our fan base is such an embarrassment, man. Honestly,
Right, went
You
off
know
on
what?
himself. Go on, Eleanor.
You know, if you ever want to like look at a club that's sentimental and know that it doesn't work, hi, my club. We don't sell anyone because of sentiment. We're obsessed with the past. I mean, even me, I can't get a pot. Like, you know, I always say we're a sentimental club. Why did we go for Jose? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, it doesn't work. We don't win anything. So you don't
win anything by sentiment. Spot on.
Yeah,
It's like with
us.
United
Honestly,
as
that's
well.
us.
They've appointed a manager and not sacked him yet based on sentiment. And look where it's getting them. Sentiment is the most bullshit thing in football. I hate it. I can't stand it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's the one thing I hate the most in football, sentiment. Doesn't
Proper
allow
grind
you
your
to
gears.
progress as a club.
You proper grind your gears. It really
Grind
does.
my
It really
gears,
does.
genuinely.
Grind.
And
It
Jordan
really does.
Henderson leaving, I'm having a party in it. It's not like I hate the guy. I appreciate what he's done. But honestly, like, get him out. He's not that good. Do you remember that watch along we did the Euros final?
Yeah,
How
of
much
course.
me, you, and Tox were dissing Henderson that day. You guys are like, come collect your guy in it. I was like, I don't want to. I
That's
know
your
he's
done,
playing
fam.
shit.
Come collect your done, man. That's your captain, fam.
But I
Where's
was
the
like,
armband?
I was
That's
the
your
one
man.
criticizing him the most because he was shit. And
Yeah,
he
he
didn't
was
get any
shocking.
criticism for that day, even though he deserved it, innit?
That's
He was
true.
crap.
That's true.
He was awful, 100%. He was.
I just
We'll
need to
keep
breathe
going
now,
through.
innit? It's so warm
Yeah,
in
you
here. I
do.
just need to breathe. I feel even more warm.
Large up Gil as well, who says, large up my guy Gil. Like I said, if you see the same names popping up, it's because members do take priority, people. So I'm not ignoring your question. But if someone asks a great question, I will get to it. But members take priority. He says, what is everyone's perfect signing for this season? Eleanor, we'll start with you. What is the perfect signing for your club this season? For you.
Kunde
So
was
in
the
it,
perfect signing.
Kunde is okay. It
Yeah,
was
like
Kunde.
we need a centre back, and he's
Right.
a good centre back. That would be our perfect signing of like actual who we could get, like a realistic one. That would be our perfect signing. I think I know like we've done a good business with like getting Lamella out and getting this young winger. Gil, his name?
Brian Gill or something, yeah.
Yeah, I've
Oh, that
heard
guy
great things.
That guy
Yeah,
Slav was going on in the group chat.
Apparently,
I didn't
he's
see
good.
that.
Yeah,
I
just-
Slav
I
was
don't
talking
know.
about it.
Someone did the split screen and said he looked like Howard Wallowitz from Big Bang Theory. I
I
was
ain't seen the
dying
picture
because he
yet.
just
Yeah.
he
You
just-
know what? I like that he's a bit different. Everyone's looking for drip. Now we just have this guy. Like, it's quite nice. I quite like it.
Everybody's looking for drip.
So, like,
He's looking
yeah.
for drip.
But we need to prioritize centre backs now. Like, I know Winter Surf. I know he said he only wants to play for Teams Champions League, but he asked what my perfect signing was. So I said,
Yeah, perfect. This is dream world stuff type of thing.
yeah.
This is
I'm not sitting
realistic.
here like saying like who we're gonna get. Probably just gonna get like Anderson from Fulham. Like literally, is who we're probably gonna get.
Oh, I hope you get Joachim Anderson just so I
Do you
can
know
run
what
my
this
best.
is? Do you know what
best
all this
Danish
is? What
centre
you're
back in
saying,
London.
Eleanor?
Go on, fam.
Do you know
Go
what
on,
all
fam.
this you're saying is?
Yeah, but Tottenham, it's the history of the Tottenham.
Wait, I was trying to
They
get
always
something up.
created many chances and scored so much, but at the end they missed.
Did it come up?
This guy, yeah, it did come up. This guy a
Oh.
prick, you know. That's so uncalled for.
Legit.
That is so uncalled for. That is so unnecessary. In it. See, Eleanor, this is why I give him stickers for things like that. That is hella unnecessary. He's not an Arsenal fan. It is what it is.
No need. There's no
Yeah,
need.
hella unnecessary, fam. You know what I'm
No
saying?
need.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? But Jan, over to you. What is your perfect signing? So your one perfect signing for your club that you would like to see come in. It don't have to be realistic.
Haaland.
No, I'd go and get Messi.
Is it? Yeah, you know what? Stupid question. I should have known it was Messi. But
yeah, but in terms of
Messi.
as a club, what we should sign, I'd say Haaland.
Okay, but your ideal sign, your perfect signing would be Messi. Okay.
If Messi was 30, then I would be like, yeah, go get Messi. But he's getting on a bit.
Yeah, so. Fair enough. Ryan, same to you.
Bro, just anyone but Jared Bowen in it, like.
That's not fam.
Jared Bowen, you know, like.
Fam, that is not the question that was asked. What is your perfect signing for Liverpool FC? Is the question. I'd say going bankrupt or liquidation, but that's just me. But what is the MC? Everyone's in agreement. What is your perfect signing?
What about Gabby from Man City?
She's just talking hella smoke. Honestly, just needed to get her out there. Bloody hell. Gabby from Manchester City.
Right, not smoke today.
Sorry.
It's right. I'll answer because you lot are just playing about and that. I'll answer. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, you know what? Ahmed's got a point in the comments. Felix,
can I come?
Perfect. So, João Felix would be perfect.
So, all right. So, say everyone's attainable. Who are you going for? If everyone's attainable right now, would you go for Messi? Say every player you could get. So it's unrealistic. Who could you get? Who would you get?
Like obviously, Messi is the best player available.
So you go for Messi.
But like they have got a point. João Felix under Pep at Man City will be next level.
Oh, it'd be scary.
Right, so who would you go for? So you have an option then of Felix or Messi. Which one are you picking?
Long term, I go Felix. We get more out of Felix.
Fair enough. I'm not even disputing what you're saying is wrong. I'm just asking to see what it is. So for you, it's Felix. Ryan, same question to you.
I like the fact that he's got links in it. But
I think we need more. I think we've got probably enough centre backs now. So I'd like obviously one or two midfielders, Sal Niguez or Renato Sanchez. Mostly we're being linked with Sal Niguez, but I don't know if we get him. Probably get like John McGinn or someone in it. Probably will get no one to be fair, but I'd like Sal Niguez.
So
I still think we need
this guy. Sorry? I didn't say what do you need. I said who's your perfect signing from?
I don't know because we need a few in it.
All right, so pick one. What do you think is the most important? What's the most important position?
I think we need a midfielder.
What's the midfielder you want then?
Sal Niguez.
Okay, cool. For me, perfect signing and Didi. Like no questions asked. Easy. Anyone who's listened to me and watched me on any stream, I've spoke about this guy highly. This whole summer, the last summer, I'm a massive fan. Go and pay whatever Leicester want. People talking about, we cost 80 million. He improves our team much more than 80 million's worth. He improves us defensively and he also improves us offensively as well. So it's like, I would just go and get Ndidi, like would be the perfect signing, 100%.
Winter Surfer, no.
All right, Ryan, if you're looking for white players, I heard that
I'd rather keep Salah. I ain't gonna lie. I'd have Salah.
If you're gonna play, here's the thing, though. Let me ask you a question then, because Tyrone mentioned this on Man United last week, and he was saying if Liverpool go to a back three, he could see you lot doing bits. What's your thoughts on that? Because I think a back three, the thought of Liverpool with the players you have and what you're looking to add in a back three is very scary from a compares standpoint.
It depends because I've never been a fan of the back three, and Klopp's never really played it either. The only times I've seen him play it was maybe a few years ago. You know, if we were losing, he'd switch to a back three sometimes in the second half, maybe as kind of like a plan B. But I don't think he'll ever play it really as a regular formation. But when you think about it, you know, you'd obviously have Robertson and Trent, who I think would be really good win backs. 3 centre backs: Robbie, Van Dijk, Kanate, and probably Gomez as well.
That's quality. Even though you don't like Gomez, that's a quality back five. And then you put Thiago and Fabinho in front.
Fabinho is a double pivot, and then the front three. I mean, it could work when you look at it like that. It genuinely could.
That's a scary thought. I hope you don't, and I agree with you. I think that you won't go to the back three. But what I'm saying is that's a scare. Like that's a title winning side.
It could be, but I think one thing with the back three, unless you're Antonio Conte, is that I don't think if you use it as a regular formation, I don't really see it working out over a whole season. I think a three at the back can get figured out after a bit, to be fair. It happened with us with Brendan Rodgers, I remember, in the 2014-15 season. He converted to a back three about midway through the season. We went on mad form for about 3 months, and then it got figured out. I think it got figured out when... Do you remember that game where Mata scored the bicycle kick at Anfield?
Mm-hmm.
It got you guys figured it out that game.
We turned Anfield into Onefield. But here's the thing is, though, I get what you're saying there, but I think every formation comes under that. 2, you have better players, and 3, you have a better manager as well. Yeah, you in a back 3 is scary. I hope you don't do it, and I agree with you. I don't think Klopp changes to it, but I think I
agree. I don't think Klopp changes to it, but I think it would be good to maybe see it, for him to maybe try it out, maybe not as a regular formation, but just as another option in a game, just as maybe a plan B, but maybe we're playing a Man City away, he decides to go to a 3 at the back, just another formation that the opposition wouldn't have prepared for, instead of playing the same one every game. You can change your formation in certain games, and it could be worth trying. Maybe that's what pre-season's there for. At the end of the day, try and test 100%. It out maybe the pre-season, and let's see what happens. But when you actually think about the players we could fit into that system, there is a very big possibility that it could work.
Scary. When Tyrone said it to me, I was thinking, what's he talking about?
What made it scary when you said it? Well, what could be good for us is when you mentioned the midfield 2 that we could play, Thiago and Fabinho. I think that would suit it perfectly because Thiago is better in a midfield 2 alongside of Fabinho. It means Henderson doesn't get in the team. So yeah, I think that could be scary, when you think about it.
There's agendas,
Who said this again? Who did you say?
It was Tyrone from Never a Foul. So we was on Man United last week. I can't remember if it was on Tuesday or Thursday's episode. Yeah. And he was speaking about it, and then we went on to Liverpool, and he was like, imagine Liverpool. He's like, I could see that. He was like, I could see them going to a back 3. I'm thinking, what? And then when he went through your team, I went through the first 11, I was like, that's a scary thought. I think that transformed you. I think that's the best formation, I would say.
I think it could work when you say it like that, but I just don't think Klopp would do it.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it is. I don't think Klopp changes his system. But if it works, then
I think he could make slight alterations to it, but I don't think he would change to a back 3. I just don't think he'd do that.
Slan says it here. The wing backs would be ridiculous. You're almost stripping Trent's deficiencies by giving him an extra body.
I agree because Robertson and Trent do genuinely play as wing backs. That's what they're known for. They're attacking.
And then you got Mane and Salah operating in. They don't have to be out wide. They have more free rolls. You know what I'm saying? In that, there's more of a free roll option for both of them.
It's just the midfield 2 that you said to me was like,
that's ridiculous.
Thiago, Fabinho.
I'm jealous of that, man. I'm jealous of that
because they genuinely work. They genuinely work together, both of them in a midfield 2 together. That could be really good as a double pivot.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Where we at? Ellen, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, you here? I was just making sure you was there. Nah, it's cool. I was trying to read the private chat and the question for Eleanor. What are your thoughts?
Just came up, but
yeah, it's cool. It happens all the time. Yeah. It's calm. I be eating on streams. It's all right. It's all good. Things always pop up. Question.
Everything comes up when you're on stream. Like nothing happens before, and then you go to stream, and then everything comes up. Thoughts on this signing? I think it will be.
Before we continue. Who is Pierluigi Galina?
Yeah,
I have no idea who he is.
Goalkeeper.
Right. Okay. Speak on it, Eleanor. Go on. Talk about it.
From what I've heard, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know much about him. Like it's just from what I've heard. From what I've heard, he's decent. I think it's a good deal. It's only if he makes a certain amount of caps that we sign him. So I think it will be a good deal. It's if he's good that we actually have to sign him. And I think it's 20 million, so it's not even a lot. It's a bargain. It's a loan signing. I'm happy we're making some signings. I just think the goalkeeper position, unless it's to replace Hart at number 2, because Hart is terrible. Literally. Apologies, Jan, but he's not the same guy.
Hart. I think he's so shit.
Yeah,
nah, he was a decent goalkeeper. He was just hella overhyped. He was a decent goalkeeper.
Even
that
fun.
You know what? I wasn't a big fan of Joe Hart. That being said,
Keep going.
he
One
was
sec.
doing, he had quite a few good seasons for Man City. I can't really fault him on that. He was winning the Golden Glove when Man
City. You got Vincent Kompany in front of you, to be fair.
No, but to be fair, he was winning it. I think he won it 4 times. It wasn't all with Kompany.
Really?
But he won it at a time where really Man City probably shouldn't have been the ones with the Golden Glove, if it makes sense. Wasn't just like when we won the league. So, yeah, you have to rate him for that. He definitely turned up in Europe, when Man City first got into the Champions League, in our hard games against like Barcelona. Because remember, when we first went into the Champions League, every season we'd end up with like Barcelona and like Bayern Munich, because we would be like the third pick. We'd have like Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, or we used to have like really difficult teams. And to be fair to Joe Hart, like he was quite solid in them games. We still obviously didn't win any, but I wasn't a big, massive fan of Joe Hart, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I was. But I can understand why people liked him a lot. I just thought he's very predictable, and he always gets beat on his left
side. He can't dive to his left side properly.
Always. So if I'm a player and I'm playing against him, I'm scoring because I know how to score against him.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
So
you know what is about Joe Hart as well?
Yeah.
Like he went to Burnley a few years ago, and obviously I know a lot of Burnley fans.
Yeah,
they hated him. They couldn't stand him. They said he was horrendous, always getting beat by long shots, just absolute shit. They said he was the reason why they were in a relegation battle. I think it was a couple of seasons ago, and then when they put Tom Heaton back in net when he came back from injury, they said their form just went up, and they said it was just Joe Hart was shit, absolute shit.
Well, back to the question from
he
Nippon.
declined very quickly.
Are Spurs planning on getting rid of Lloris, or is he coming in as the number 2? Like, what's the plan?
What I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. I hope it's as a number 2 and it's not as a number 1, because I don't know. We don't know how good he is, like in the Prem as well. Like I think it's gonna be a lot to ask him to come as a number 1. Also, we have a lot bigger problems to solve. Like we have a whole defense that we need to get rather than get a new keeper. So for me, it's like we've got a backup keeper, but cool, like, well done. But where's my defense? Because it's definitely going to him all the time. Like it's getting to
You definitely need defense. 100%. 100%.
I just hope it's not like nothing. Like I just hope it's nothing stupid, and it's just like it's an easy deal that we're getting a number 2 in, because I'm sure that was a cheerleader signing by Mourinho, and I'm a cheerleader, so I'm not even trying to like cuss my own sport, right? But he was literally there just to laugh and be happy with the people. So like, and then he ended up being our number 2 because Mourinho lives in
She just froze.
Yeah, she just froze. Yeah.
All right, cool. She'll join back then.
Yeah.
I thought I was tripping. But yeah. Like where we at? Big up. You froze. You froze, Ellen. You froze. You're back. Yeah. Go on. Say what you were saying.
But yeah. So yeah, Mourinho lived in like 2005 or something. So obviously he still thought he was good enough for our number 2 and sold our number 2 in Gazaniga. So and I loved him. Like he was just so beautiful.
Oh, he's a big fan of it. All right.
But he wasn't great, but he was beautiful as well.
Yancy, you like Paolo Gazzaniga, don't you?
He's a beautiful man.
He's a very good-looking guy.
He's a very beautiful.
Not my
man.
type, but he's probably
we were on the phone.
Probably and one of the better-looking guys in the league, if not the best.
She said that to me in the phone. She was like, "Yo, Paolo Gazzaniga's really good looking."
I think he's better looking than Giroud.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do too, because he's like a proper man. Like he's tall.
I think Giroud's got quite a big nose. I can't remember what his nose looks like, but
yeah, no.
Giroud looks like a bird.
Are you sure we're not doing the Love Island show right now?
Oh, no, I just had to say it just had to be done. But he sold him for a cheerleader in Joe Hart, and he actually can't do anything. So I think that Nuno's like actually thinking I need a number 2 because we can't play Lloris in every cup game, so that's why we've got him. very long-winded answer with some Jose slander sprinkled because it just has to be done.
It has to be done. I understand.
Big up
Yo,
Dan,
large up Dan as well. I was gonna get to another comment as well. Big up Dan, large up everyone that's locked.
Big
Hey,
up,
everyone
man.
who's locked in, make sure you hit the like button because over 50 of you lot watching right now. So we should be over 50 likes, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Sarcasm City TV as well. Make sure you check out the upcoming live stream section. Lets you know all the shows that are coming up as well. We'll go to NB. Yo, Ryan, you're linked with Sound Against. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mentioned him earlier on. He's the one I really want to be for him or Renato Sanchez. I like Salnigas, innit? Like, I don't think he's played a lot. I think he had quite a poor season, to be fair. But, you know, he's versatile. He's a good dribbler. He's got good control on the ball. You know, I like him, to be fair. And he'd fit our system well. He's kind of got that, like, passion merchant skill set, which Klopp likes, in it. So he's got that as well. So he'd fit in the system well. So, like, I think he'd be a very good signing. He's versatile as well. So I like him. I think he'd fit in well.
I hear that. I hear what you're saying. And yo, big up CY. He says Aaron sent me here. Big up the channel. Large up my done, Mr. Aaron United. Make sure you lot subscribe to his channel as well. I know he had a show on that was earlier on. So salute to him. I'll be back on a news flash definitely at some point soon. That's my guy in it. So go sub to his channel 100%. Where else we at? Yes, Bambo. I did tune out. You're right. You're right in it. I just let them get me. People want to talk. Hear me. Jan and Ryan and Eleanor. Like, I'm gonna let them go in it. But we back, people. We are back. Dan also says, if we sign Varane but sell Pogba, does that kill the whole hype? Yes, 100% to me. Dan, yeah, it kills the whole hype. Like, because it's like you're excited about one, but then we're creating a problem. Because it's like we've signed a centre back, but then we've lost our best midfield player. So it's like, who do we then go and get to replace Pogba if we sell him? Like, you're not going to get anyone.
We sell Pogba?
No, no.
You okay,
no,
bro?
I don't think we sell. Yeah, I'm good, fam. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I don't think. Jesus Christ. Nah, I don't think we sell Pogba. See how Jan's laughing at me, you get me being on the.
I was going to say a joke, but I thought, let me not.
Yeah, keep it to yourself, because I know where you was going to go as well. Ah, jeez. I don't think we do, though. I don't think we sell Pogba because it's all gone quiet.
I don't even think it would be a case of selling him. I think it would be like he would refuse to sign a contract in it, because if he does that, it's a case of whether you want to let him go for free or not, and the club will see it. Because as much as we see it as it's football, it's entertainment, it's our club, they see it as it's also a business. So if they can get a lot of money for him this year, or they won't get obviously the top amount because he's only got a year left, but they might see it as, we can get money now, let's just sell up and get someone else. They might see it like that, even though you as fans won't see it like that.
Yeah, they could definitely. The reason why I just don't think is because I was saying, because I
don't think he goes. Personally.
It's all gone quiet. It's the way that it's all gone quiet. And two, I don't think we signed Varane. I was just answering Dan's question. I've said this already. You know how skeptical I am about the United hierarchy and us doing proper business. I don't even think we're going to sign Varane. I'm still waiting on Sancho.
I think we do sign Varane. I think Pogba.
Yes, Sancho ain't even been announced yet.
And here's the thing is though,
Sancho's joined someone else.
What also makes me think about the Pogba deal is, if Varane is coming in, Pogba's played a part in that, because they would have spoke. Like, they've literally just been at the Euros together. They're both French. So why would Varane be talking to Pogba about coming to Manchester United? And maybe this is me looking at it in a United perspective, to come to Manchester United when you're leaving. And even if you're Varane, it's like, why would I go somewhere you're leaving? Something's not right. That makes no sense. It's like, why? That makes no sense. It's a bit 50-50. I'm making up a bit. I'm back.
Yeah, but that's like when people were saying about like Messi, and it's like Aguero has been saying he wants to play with Messi since they were young, like since they were really, really young. Aguero is not going to go and join Barcelona if Messi hasn't assured him that he's staying. Do you know what I mean? So obviously we were all bantering, and I was saying, really, because Barcelona are in the financial difficulties, if I was City, I'd just go and be a prick and try and get him. That's me personally. But I knew that Aguero doesn't go there if Messi says he's leaving. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah, it's calm. No worries, Eleanor. I know you have to dip, so I know you gotta go. It's cool. Obviously, you'll be back on the next Q&A whenever. Sunday. It'll be the next one. So I'll catch up with you soon. Yeah,
I might be on Friday if these all got a Love Island stream.
Oh yeah, the Love Island stream. Yeah.
So I could do
Forgot
that.
about that.
But I might be back.
No
Yeah.
problem. Go
I'll jump
handle
on.
business.
I'll jump on.
Yeah, no
If something
stress. It's
come
all
up.
good.
Yeah, no worries.
It's all good. Yeah, no worries. Bless Eleanor every time.
Big
You
up,
already know.
Eleanor. See you.
CFC Gem says, big up the panel. Hope you are all well. Big up to CFC. Big up
big
to
up,
Gem
Gem.
every time.
Big up, Jem.
Eddie also says, we got the top reds doing these slide measurements. It's all bad. Yeah, it's all crazy. It is all crazy. You lot continue to get your questions in. Like I said, if you're a member, don't forget your comment or question takes priority, like a super chat. Bambo here says, Flawless, do you think Sancho will be your only signing? No. We'll sign somebody else. Who? I don't know. But I believe we'll sign someone else. Jabari says, question for the panel. Top 5 biggest clubs.
Henderson for Paul Pogba.
Say again?
What about if Paul Pogba leaves, getting Jordan Henderson in?
Yeah,
Take him.
Yeah. Great deal. Yeah. Question for the panel. Top 5 biggest clubs in the history of football. Non-biased and in order.
It depends what you...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The metrics is
Real
different.
and Barca have to go in.
Yeah, you probably have them. And then you've got like... And it
I
depends
think
now.
United probably
People
go in.
like
Yeah.
AC
Probably.
Milan.
Of course we going.
Historically, I think AC Milan are one of the best
AC Milan
ever.
going. AC Milan
But
going.
because they... Right now, if you're talking... Oh, it says in the history.
Yeah, it says history.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so AC Milan would probably get in there. I don't really know historically what every single club's won. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, I don't know.
AC Milan are up there because they're second on the list of Champions
AC
League.
Milan are definitely up there because I think they've got 7 Champions Leagues, haven't they?
Yeah, they're second.
Like that. So they're like up there for the most amount, and then obviously they've got shitloads of league titles, cups, and everything else as well. So they'd be up there. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends what you go off. Because if you're going off overall trophies, then I think United have more trophies than Liverpool. But if you're going off,
no, we've got more.
Okay, you've got more, and then it's like people rate the Champions League higher than other trophies, so therefore it will be Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends what you base it off.
Yeah. That's what it is. And then we got a question here for you, Jan.
Yeah, Bayern Munich as well.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich have the same.
Bayern Munich going there.
Champions League.
That's the 5.
That's what I'm saying. That would be probably the 5, I would say.
Yeah, it's Real Madrid, Barcelona, United, AC Milan, Bayern.
Yeah, but I would no. Well, yeah.
I'd say
Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool,
Manchester United, AC.
Real Madrid.
Yeah, it's tough to
AC
leave
Milan.
that one. It's a big. It's a 6, isn't it? Because you can't leave out. You can't leave out AC. Unfortunately, you can't leave out Liverpool.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's got to be.
You can't leave out United.
Depends if you put fan bases in as well, because Liverpool and United have massive fan bases around the world as well.
Does that come with it? I suppose that comes
I think
into
we have
history
bigger ones
because
than AC Milan.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, I do. Jan City normally, not Jan, City normally buy out the whole market. How many incomes do you think will happen?
You know what? We don't buy out the whole market. We tend to get like. The thing is with City are different to other clubs because a lot of people like slag off the way City are, but City, apart from this Aguero situation, City are usually proactive rather than reactive. We don't wait till we have no DM to buy a DM. Do you know what I mean? We don't wait till we have no winger to buy a winger. That being said, the striker thing, we've gone from having like I always say on here, like that season in 2012 when we won the league, we had 4 strikers. We had Sergio Aguero, who was killing it at the time. We had Mario Balotelli, who was killing it at the time.
Dzeko, didn't you?
We had Edin Dzeko, who was killing it at the
so
time.
Underrated.
We had Carlos Tevez. We had 4 strikers who, you know, right now, any of them would start for Man City. At that time, if they played now, they would start for Man City week in, week out.
Balotelli would?
In the way you played for City, he would.
Because I don't think Balotelli could play as a lone striker. He's always better in the team.
Yeah, but we used to play with 4-4-2, didn't we? So we used to always have...
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, because you don't now, I don't think you'd... I think Pep would hate Balotelli, to be fair.
He's not dealing with that.
It's
just not on the pitch. It's all the extra stuff. And you know when he did the back heel thing in
in pre-season,
like Pep's just like Pep's a drill sergeant.
He's
a drill, and I respect
the way
that.
Balotelli plays it. Pep would like.
He's a drill sergeant. I got welcome. Sorry to cut you off there. 1 second, and I got to introduce my guy to the show. The only guy who's his Spurs slander matches my Arsenal slander. You get what I'm saying? And that, like, anyone who's seen Loki, like this guy's humor, he's like a variant of me, or I'm like a variant of him. It's mad. You know what I'm saying? My like Winter Surfer is in the building. What are you telling me?
Big up, man.
Yeah.
What you saying? You got this guy laughing at his Spurs jokes already. You know, this guy getting his Spurs jokes off.
I feel you've undercut me by bringing Eleanor on. I don't know how far I can take it.
I know, that's like me. I'm always
yeah,
on the Spurs. I try
it's
not
like-
to because it's a bit.
Why?
Yeah, it's like you've done us dirty. You know what I mean? You've like brought us Spurs fans on. It's like
Yeah, but wait,
I'll still do
exactly.
it.
You lot feel absolutely 100% and 10% comfortable slandering United with me around. You know what I'm saying? So it's a go. You know what I'm saying? You've yo, the game ain't even, the Premier League season hasn't even started, and you've already told me and other Chelsea fans on numerous occasions about, we're gonna lift the league at Old Trafford and all this crap.
Oh no,
You lot ready?
I never said that. That's
True, say you didn't say that. Yeah. On your defense, yeah.
Listen,
Lewis, Peter.
I'd lift the Premier League trophy at a BP station. You know what I mean? I don't care where it's lifted. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with getting delivered by Amazon or whatever. I'm fine. It's fine for me to do so. I don't care really. So.
But yeah, go on, Jan. I'll let you finish answering this question as well about your incomings.
I was just saying, in terms of how many incoming signings, I don't know. I did think originally that we would go all out for Harry Kane, not get him, and then end up with Andre Silva, who I actually think he looks quite good. But he's left now and gone to Leipzig. So I don't think I don't know who Man City are gonna get, because I don't expect us to get the big one. I don't expect us to buy a Haaland or a Harry Kane. I expect us to get someone that we don't really expect. Do you know what I mean? Somebody else. You know what I mean? So who that's going to be, I can't tell you. So I don't know about that. They might just decide not to bother if they can't get Harry Kane, or they can't get someone, that they know is going to be an instant success. They might not bother, and they might wait. Who knows? Obviously, we've been linked with Grealish as well. Again, I'm not sure how realistic that is, to be honest. I would love Grealish, to be fair. But yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know with Man City. I really don't know. We're definitely not going to buy a left back. So it's only really if they're going to replace Fernandinho. Because even though we got Rodri's a different player to Fernandinho. So if we can get someone a bit more like him, then he can. Because what we did with Bernardo Silva is we got him in while David Silva was still playing. So they were together. And then when David Silva left, Bernardo Silva could fill in that role. But it's not really worked out that way, because he kind of plays in different positions rather than just like David Silva. David Silva only ever played in the middle of the midfield. He never was on the wings, whereas Bernardo Silva's kind of been out wide and all this kind of stuff. So it's not really worked out that well for Bernardo in terms of that. But yeah, it's better to get them in with the player, because I want someone to come in and learn from Fernandinho. I don't want them to come in after and try and fill his boots when they don't know exactly how he plays and how he trains and stuff like that. So I think City should buy this year, and then when Fernandinho leaves next year, we've not got to sort of worry about it. So I don't know.
Lajab Johan as well, it says, Flawless, do you know the manager who won back-to-back Champions Leagues with Nottingham Forest? I believe it was Nigel Clough.
Brian.
Yeah, that's his son, isn't it? Brian Clough, that's it. Yeah. He's slightly before my time, but yes, I do know who you're talking about, quality manager. But he was slightly before my time. Yeah, definitely. Just because you was in uni when he started out doesn't mean I know who he was. You know what I'm saying? Jan was in uni and that when man was started at Forest, in 1970.
You went to college with him. That's like
you know
where I was?
Is that funny?
He took over from Flawless.
He took over. Frick. Larger months as well. Big 6 months. He says, if I speak big, I'm in big trouble. Nah, months, don't hold back in it. Say what you gotta say. Lewis is saying something that don't make sense. He says, my Premier League favourites are the European champions. I didn't know Italy, but in the Premier League, but here we are. I think
I was thinking of that.
Here we are, yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, isn't it? Maybe Mancini can do it.
We have an Italian influence. That's it.
Yeah, the last, Mancini. Last time Mancini came to the league, he, didn't take him that long to win it, did it? So.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you reckon if Mancini was still there, you would have won the Champions League by now?
Do you know what? It's
He'd probably suit the Champions League more than Pep.
Yeah,
you
do you know what it is
he's
with
cut
Mancini?
football a bit,
Because obviously we were in Europe with Mancini, but like I say, the draws back then were very harsh. Like it was hard to even get out the group. So I think the thing is with Mancini is obviously if he stayed a long time, then he would have just kept refreshing the team, and then who knows? Because I think Pep, the reason why we haven't kind of won it under Pep is obviously for two reasons. I don't think the players have been. They were good last season. Obviously, they didn't lose a single game till the bloody final, but then they weren't great in the final. But Pep just overthinks it. I don't think Mancini overthinks it. Like Mancini would just go 1-0 up and then park the bus, whereas Pep would never do that. Pep would rather get beat 2-0, playing beautiful football, than win 1-0.
You know what Pep is? He's a perfectionist.
Yeah, he is. He's too much of a genius sometimes, and
I get what you mean. Yeah.
It works in our favour great when we win the league with ease, but then Champions League, it's like you just need someone that does the bare minimum to get over the line sometimes, and I just don't think Pep does bare minimum. He has to make it, complex. We'll see what happens anyway.
All right, but obviously that is the title of this Q&A. So we'll go into this since Lewis mentioned it. Premier League favourites for the European champions. So not in depth, but currently with all the squads as they are, we'll go to you, Winner Surfer. Who do you think the favourites are? Who do you have as the favourites right now? So if you had money to put on a Liverpool, a Chelsea, or a City, who would you put it on?
City.
Okay, go on. Why?
I do not know how Liverpool are going to be back. I don't know. They have a striker issue as well, but I think City cope better with their striker issue.
Yeah.
We can't win the title without a striker. We can't do
So
it.
you don't. Okay, so because of your current squad,
we'll
right.
win games, but I think when it comes down to it, I think we'll lose more or draw more than say City will, because we can't finish off teams, when we need to. I remember we just scraped into the top four. We didn't even win the last game of the season. Spurs won it for us to get in. Shame. That's their DVD as well. how they got Champions League for Chelsea as well. That's on there. But yeah, that's why it's paramount. It's paramount we get a striker. If we don't get a striker in this transfer window, I don't want to hit, unless a miracle happens. I don't want to hit any Chelsea fans saying we're going for the title. We're going for a top four battle, and I don't mean struggling for top four. I mean second, third, or fourth. It'd be like that. I don't want to. What I don't want is another repeat of going to the last day of the season. Getting top four like we've done for the past 2 seasons.
It's stressful. It is stressful.
Yeah, it's giving me Arsenal.
So stressful.
I know. Look at these jokers. Imagine stressing on the last day of the season to get in the top four. Mad.
You did that last season.
Yeah, that was last season. That was last season. I'm talking about this season. Yeah, I'm just gone.
Sorry, I can't relate.
Yeah, look at you, shut up, innit? Yeah, look at you. That got shut down quick, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Quick.
We won trophies recently. Yeah.
Quick. What
Yeah,
did you do last season?
But that's true. But we were both concentrating on European finals, and we won. Sorry, you didn't win yours.
Yeah. Anyway,
penalties to the Spanish fans.
And how many finals did Liverpool get to last season? Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How many trophies have we won in the past 4 years?
How many trophies you won? How many league titles you won in the past 31 years?
One more than you recent times.
No. 31 years. You know what I'm saying? How many titles you won in the last 31 years? Huh?
No, innit?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll go to you, Jan. Shut. Yeah, we'll look to the future when we pam you lot. Jan City, your fault. Short answer. I need one word answer out of these three clubs. Favorites for the title: City, Chelsea, or Liverpool.
I can't do one word answers.
Yes, that's why I said it to you, because I know what you're like. So we just need a one word. Just
I'll
back your team.
explain it quick.
Back your team. No. Before you explain it, we need an answer.
So if everything remains as it is now,
yes. If everything's the same now. Okay, cool. All right. Say Chelsea get a striker and City don't get an attacking player.
See, that's the thing.
Does that favour it to Chelsea?
And Chelsea strengthen, Chelsea will win it.
Okay. And Liverpool are just not in the conversation, basically. They're
well, it
scrubs, is what
depends,
I'm saying.
because if Chelsea and City don't sign anyone, Liverpool have signed Konate. So even though he could have injuries, him and Van Dijk at the back is obviously stronger. So that means that Liverpool have strengthened. So if we don't strengthen and Chelsea don't strengthen, technically Liverpool have got stronger. And they did finish third with an injured side, basically. You know what I mean? So there's a chance Liverpool could do it. I just think it depends on the transfer window, who comes in. Also, with Man City, what a lot of people need to remember as well is retaining the title is never as easy
It's
as
very
it is
tough.
winning
But
it
you
the
have
first time.
done it in
So
recent times
it is
now.
harder for Man City to win the league next
It's very
season.
tough. That's Liverpool, innit? It's very tough.
So, yeah.
There's three clubs that have done it. One hasn't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Flawless, wait a minute. Flawless. Don't try and run from this, Flawless. Why are we not? If you get Varane, why?
Alright, this is not what we're doing in that. This is no, we're not doing
Overrated
this.
Varane.
No, wait. You can mention him. I am not involved
not
in this.
mentioning
You can mention him. We could sign Varane and Didi, Trippier, bring back Primar 9 in his, you get me, in his pump, and we ain't winning no league title. So that's all I'm saying in that. We are not winning a league
You
title.
know the reason why Forrest will give Oli tax in it, yeah.
You acting like Oli tax ain't hefty in that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man,
It's
you'll
very
be
hefty.
fine. You're gonna win the Carabao Cup next season.
If with a favourable draw, yes, we could. People have asked me, can United win a trophy? I said, with a favourable draw, we
There's
could
no
win
way
one.
City can win it 5 years in a row. There's no way.
We do. Yo, listen, when they say favourable draw, if we play, this is how I break it in the Carabao Cup. If we draw City, Chelsea, and Liverpool, say all in a row, we're not winning the Carabao Cup. It's not happening.
I just remember what the Carabao Cup is now like for us. It's like playing USA in the Olympics basketball because you play City in the final. So, you know what I mean? Because they've been in the last 4 years.
I know, exactly.
We're beating City. We're not beating them. We're not over a two-legged game. We're not. Ollie's not getting past Pep. One-off games, he can beat him for whatever reason. He seems to be able to have his number in the Premier League.
He lost to him early in the season in the cup.
No, that's what I'm saying. Premier League in a cup, in a cup, nah.
Yes,
in a cup, no.
In the final,
I'm confident. I'm confident. Maybe in a fight, but I'm more confident playing City when it's in the league. You know what I'm saying? Rather than because the pressure's not on us. We're not supposed to. Every derby we gone into.
You know what? It's mad there.
Go on.
You know how, because Man City have been challenging for titles pretty much every year the last 10 years, right? And Man United for some of them years, isn't it? But it's it's mad how we've never faced each other in a final. It's semi-final in 2011, and that's it. There's never been a final.
I think it's always the semi-final. We played you in a few semi-finals.
Yeah, semi-final, but never the final. And the closest thing to that, where it was there was something at stake, was the Community Shield. That's it. Yeah. And that's
you know what happens. We're gonna play you in the final and get packed. Now you said that. That's what's gonna happen. Jesus Christ! Thank you for pointing that out.
You know what? I know, but to lose to Man United in a final is 100 times worse. So I don't want to ever play you in a final. A semi-final. Not too bad. There's still 90 minutes that you might not get over the line, but the final is peak, isn't it? Peak. I don't want to play United in the final ever.
Ryan, same question to you. So that's where we're getting to. But Jan obviously gave a Jan answer to it, so that's what it was. It was a Jan, so we know what we was going to get. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah, you lied that. You're welcome. It was a Jan, so you know what I'm saying. I'm not just a pretty face. As I was saying, your thoughts.
Yeah, you're okay. Yancy, you look really nice today, by the way. Even though you've not got your camera on.
Hey, watch your mouth, fam.
Even though you've not got your camera on, I know you look really nice today.
This guy, he's over there. Are you doing a prime here? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's your fault. You started saying, I'm not just a pretty face. And now he's heard that, and then he said what he said. So you shouldn't have been saying that you've got a pretty face. And
you know what's mad? There's no one on the panel. Because I said I'm not just a pretty face, and no one on the panel or no one in the comments said, you actually never mind. Anyways, Ryan, answer to question.
Thank you, darling. Go on, dickhead. What question were you asking?
As I was saying, so if all the teams stay the same currently, so two questions in one, I'll ask you. So if Chelsea, Liverpool, and City all stay the same in terms of their squads, who do you think's the favorite for the league title? And say they all get what they want, who's the favorite for the title then? So Chelsea get their attacking player, City get their attacking player, you get whatever you lot need as well.
I think if the squad stayed the same currently, City win it because they've just got the better squad. You know, there's less weaknesses in the team. You know, they've already won it with a false 9. I think they could do it again, especially if Chelsea don't get a striker. I think if Chelsea don't get a striker, I think they'll still be comfortably top 4. They might challenge to an extent, but I think I can see with Chelsea if they don't get a striker, they'll do well in a lot of big games. You know, like away, against Man City, they could come away with like a win, like a 1-0 or something. But then they'll end up getting maybe a 0-0 at home to Burnley and a 1-1 away to some other shit team or something. You know, like they'll drop a lot of points, and obviously you play a lot more of the smaller sides than the bigger sides, so that'll be a lot of points dropped. Whereas City will just pam every lower side possible. They beat
Sorry, I'm
every
laughing.
lower
I just
side.
seen Winner Surface comment in the chat. Carry on, man. Sorry, that's
Yeah,
not me.
I need to look at it in a sec, to be fair. But obviously, I'll have a look now if you want.
Don't put it up because I'm
I
going
ain't
to
even
answer this
seen
question. I
what
don't
he's
want to
put in
lose
the
it.
private chat.
Yeah, don't worry. Carry on, man. Carry on. It's cool. Nah, not in the private chat. It's in the
chat,
comments. It's in the comments. It's on the actual comments and that.
Do you want me to put it up?
No, don't, because I don't want to lose this question. But we'll get to it. I don't want to lose this question because this is a good one still. So I don't want to lose it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
go on, Ryan.
Yeah, I just think. Yeah, I think if Chelsea do get like a Haaland, for example, not Lukaku, because I don't think you can win a league with Lukaku in it. I genuinely don't think you can. But like Haaland, if you get a Haaland, then I think Chelsea do become favourites because they're very strong defensively, good midfield, and then they create chances anyway. Haaland will just bury them. So I think Chelsea become favourites then. And City, I do think if City were to get a Kane, to be fair, if City were to get a Kane, I think it's done in it. Like I think City just got the title wrapped up comfortably. Just give it them at the start of the season if they get a Kane, like genuinely.
What happens if we get Kane and we don't win the league?
Then it depends the manner in which you don't win the league.
Then
If you and Chelsea compete, if you and Chelsea compete for the league like us two did a couple of years ago with the 97-98 point season, and you miss out by 1 point, that's a bit different, isn't it? Like that's different. But if you were to like, you can't. That's like, I couldn't criticize Liverpool that season for losing out on the league. You get 97 points to lose one game. You can't criticize them, really, can you? But
Yeah, of course you can.
Shut up,
You
man.
dropped that
They won
points.
the
Of course
Champions
you
League
can.
that season, to be fair.
Yeah, but you can criticize you for the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? Because you dropped. You look at points you dropped. You should have beat us.
Yeah, I
Old
know,
Trafford.
but
You lot should have beat
we
us at
still
OT.
we still won our last 9 games in a row. You know, like we didn't
Should have
do
won the
much.
last 10 and you would have won the
One
league.
game in the whole season.
To be fair,
97
won-
points.
we won
You
the
don't win a
last
league.
Yeah, exactly. You should have won 10. Like I said, I'm just pointing out that.
We
But I'm sure
went
there's other games
further
you
in the
drew.
Champions League and won it as well. City got knocked out.
You didn't even
earlier in
need
it.
it to win it. You just needed to draw at City.
Yeah,
So if you just draw at City, you win the title.
Yeah, if it wasn't for fucking John Stones, if John Stones' legs were an inch smaller, we would have won the league.
Oh, boo-hoos. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Well, we won it. We won it the next season anyway, but it don't matter. But like, you know what it is? I think with us, we can't win the squad. We can't win the league with this squad we've got at the moment. Not with, unless we keep our players fully fit for the whole season, which isn't going to happen. You're going to get injuries. We can't win a league with Origi and Shaqiri as backup. Not this time. We were able to a couple of years ago. We can't do it now, innit? Like, I just don't think it's possible to do that. I think we'll be a lot better than we were the last season. I think we'll be comfortably top 4. I think we'll probably finish above you guys as well. But I don't think with this squad we can challenge for and win a league, to be fair. I think if we were to get a Sowell, maybe another attacking player.
Scott McGinn. Scott McGinn.
Shut up, man. Maybe another attacking player. Then I think we could challenge, but not with this squad at the moment. I think City, in particular, are just too strong for us, man. Too strong.
All right, cool. No, everyone made great. I think Jan made a great point because I look at Chelsea and City without their side because they're both looking to improve in attacking areas. Not sure who. Obviously, Chelsea are linked heavily with Haaland. City have been linked with Grealish. They've been linked with Kane. So let's say City get one of those two. Chelsea do get a Haaland or a Lewandowski or something like that. That makes a great point. Defending the Premier League title is very tough, and this is why very few teams do it. It's extremely tough. And even though
City have already done it recently as well. That's the
they
thing.
have done it recently, but it's
yeah.
it doesn't make, even though you've done it before, it still doesn't make it. It's still part. I'm not saying Pep can't. I'm just saying that's a vital point. Like if this was City going into this league title, if City were going into this Premier League having not won it, I'd probably side with them. The reason why I side with Chelsea is because I think they will get their striker. 2, I think the momentum's with them as well.
Yeah.
And something's building with them after winning the Champions League.
In the final.
You know what
it is? If City had won the Champions League, I probably would have won with City.
I think it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I think City would have had it done.
But this is the thing, because this is why as well. Because normally I'm like, City should win the league because my expectations for Man City every year are to like win the league because we should be
Yeah.
doing that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like one, retaining it is more difficult, and two, like I say, I think that Champions League final made us less likely to win it, and it's not even because
Yeah.
Chelsea have all the momentum. I just think it's these players are going to be, their head is going to be
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Champions League. And I think even if they're not going to, Man City are going to fight on all four. They always do.
Yeah.
They're never going to say like, oh, fuck the FA Cup. We're not going to bother with that. They will try. But I think mentally, Champions League is going to be on their mind. And I think you could see it, I think last season, where like you kind of, your games coming up to your big Champions League games, no one really wants to make tackles, no one really wants to get injured because they want to play against PSG. Yeah. You know, they want to play against Dortmund, and you know, them sorts of games you sometimes lose. Like we lost the game to Leeds in between PSG because no one wants to get injured. They want to play against PSG. So we ended up losing a game to Leeds because of that. If we don't have that, if we're out of the Champions League, they win that game against Leeds.
Yeah, of course.
We put everything into it. So things like that, it's like I do think that's going to play on their minds, and I think for that reason, unless we get new signings in, I'm not so sure we win it next season.
I do think I agree with you in a way because like we don't know how. I think City will go far in Champions League as well. I think you'll at least get to semis, but like yeah, definitely. But we don't know. But I also think you will be in a title race as well, where I don't think you'll have it won by. I think you'll win it probably at the moment, but I don't think you'll have it won early like you kind of did last season. You know what I mean? Where it was sealed, wasn't it? Like United weren't anywhere near you really, but I think it'll be close. But we haven't really seen what City would be like if they were in the title race and they had a semi-final, because the season we went head-to-head for you with the title that season, you got knocked out in the quarters, so you didn't get into the semis. It would have been interesting to see, would you have won the league if you had that semi-final and had that to focus on instead of just the league? It would have been interesting. I think you could have handled it, but we don't know how City would do
City are a bit weird though, because when we're doing well across the board, we tend to do well. The minute we collapse, the minute we go out of one competition, we start collapsing. Because City were really, really good in all four competitions. The minute we lost that semi-final to Chelsea, we then started looking more vulnerable, even in the league.
Sorry to cut you off. How many times did we see that with Arsenal under Wenger when they go out of two competitions in 5 days?
Yeah.
Like that became yes, we run joking and banter, but
I think that's a knock-on effect.
Happened a lot.
So the thing is with City is I actually think if we had a semi-final, and I think they stay more focused. It sounds crazy.
I think it's the same.
I think they stay more focused. It's weird.
It's weird because I think it's completely the same with Liverpool, and I think I know why. Because the season we won the Champions League, we obviously went head-to-head for you with the title, 97, 98 points, and went in the Champions League as well, went and won that. We were winning. We won our last 9 games in the league in that title race, needed to win every game. Obviously, we didn't win it, but we did everything we could. Plus, we were winning every game pretty much in the Champions League. When you win when you're winning 2 times in a week in, week out, the confidence, the players' momentum, and we didn't have a big squad either, but the confidence the players are getting.
Because they got a big squad that helps.
Yeah, exactly. But we didn't even have a big squad, but because the players are winning consistently, they're getting so much confidence, taking so much momentum into each game that it's hard to stop that at the end of the day. And so I agree. I think that's Liverpool are also better when they're focusing on both at the same time, because any other season we win both those trophies in that season. Let's be honest, we do in it. Like 97-point league season and win the Champions League. Normally you win both in it. Let's be honest.
But that's
should have didn't.
No, but normally you think that if I was to tell you we got 97 points that season, you think
it's just gonna happen to a nicer club, innit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's gonna happen to a nicer club.
Yeah, but you get what I mean, don't you?
I fully get what you're saying. Yeah, 97 points. Go on, last point, and I'm gonna get to this. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say because some players their heads drop and stuff like that, and it goes like Ryan said. If you win against Bayern Munich midweek in the Champions League, whoever you play at the weekend, you're going to go into that game confident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you've just been.
You're just on a roll. You're just on an absolute roll. You're winning.
It does help. That's what I'm saying. If Man City were in a situation where, you know, we had to fight, even like last season, if there was a proper title race where we had to win every game, I think we're more likely to win every game. If you know, if it's a like close title race than if we're kind of free. The league's already wrapped up. Do you know what I mean? And then the momentum then is a bit lost because you know it's always like that, and that's why like I was saying last season, I wanted Chelsea to finish outside of the top 4 so that they have to win the final because they went into that final relaxed, thinking if we don't win it, oh well, we're a young squad, we're under 2 shots, he's just come in, and if they win it, it's great, we're champions of Europe. Do you know what I mean? Whereas we went into it with a lot of pressure, or a lot more pressure. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens next season. I just think their heads are going to be in the Champions League, and they will still go for the league, of course. They probably will be involved in a title race. We normally are, but I just don't unless we make signings, and I mean like not just like sign Harry Kane. I mean like if we make signings, like a few signings and stuff like that, then maybe we can win one. I've always said when we win the Champions League, I do want to be champions of England at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's whether we do that or not, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, let me get to this. MB says, when it's Surfer, do you think Werner and Havertz will go up another level in the next season?
Yeah.
I think Havertz will. I think Havertz definitely will.
I think if we get a striker, I think Werner will be pushed out wide. I'll just play off the top man, which means my expectations of how many goals he gets drops down. But I league goals, I'm looking for Werner to score 15 league goals if he's playing off. Havertz is, I think he's got so many more levels to go, and he's already, you know, I mean, Flopperts is just a joke now, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like, he showed it at the end of the season after he got rid of, after the after effects of COVID and everything, and just his bumpy start. And then I thought even in the Euros, I thought he was very good in the Euros as well.
He was bright. He was bright.
I thought he was one of Germany's best players.
Playing off a forward, playing off a top man, because they couldn't keep it. You know, they couldn't mark him, and you know he ruined Diaz again on the international stage.
Diaz got ruined by everyone in the Euros. Let's be honest.
I think if we get Haaland, a combination of him and Havertz is, and if it clicks, is something scary. It would almost, they're not the same, but it would almost remind me of a bit like Didier Drogba and Frank Lampard, just the link up, because Lampard scored so many goals because of Drogba's, you know, he won the ball, we laid it off and stuff like that. I mean, Haaland's totally different, but they would just, I think they would create room for each other. And even if you start Werner up there as well, because Werner off the top man creates so many runs. That's how he was part of the reason that we scored that goal against City in the Champions League final, just Werner's running off as well, which split the defence. I think Havertz is scary, and if you think about it, I mean, think of the mentality now. He's won the Champions League in his first season. Do you know what I mean? The mentality that will bring to someone so young. Remember, he's only 21. 21 going on 22 years old. I think
he's my age. That's mad.
Yeah, I think he's got scary is he's got so much more that he can do, and I'm very excited, especially if we get Haaland. I think that even if it lasts like 3 years or something like that, and Haaland moves on, just they can score a lot of goals with each other and get us a lot of trophies in that time, I think, as well. If it clicks.
If it clicks. Ahmed, yes, I have modded you on here, my guy. Flawless, would you take Ronaldo Sanchez at United? No. Not because I don't rate him. It's just like, where would he play? He's not the type of midfielder that we need. He's not the type of he's not the midfielder that man.
You don't need him.
That man like
suit you.
That he's not that I don't rate him. Like I thought he was bright in the Euros, but and then again buying players off the back of tournaments is not the way to go. Like I'm not.
I remember when we bought Jerome Boateng after the World Cup because he was sick, and then we didn't even play him. That was the weirdest signing ever. And that's one player that I really wanted before he came in. I was like, please get Jerome Boateng, and he came. He played about what felt like about 10 games. I don't know how many he actually played. It didn't feel like a lot.
Flawless, would you take Declan Rice?
Would you take
Got
Declan
Rice
Rice?
at home.
You got Rice at home, fam.
You know what? I might actually go get some rice actually. Would you take Declan Rice?
I'd take Renato Sanchez at my house.
Take Declan Rice.
Well, you take. Would you? There you go. That's the answer to your question, and that 100%. Larger play.
He's
You
so
lot
overhyped.
continue to get your questions in as well. Continue to get your questions in. Like I said, the same names are popping up because they're members. But if I see a good question, I'll be like, all right, let me pull that up as well. Vegas Gunner says, where do you guys think West Ham will finish the season now they're in 2 competitions? Ryan, we'll go with you first. How do you see West Ham doing?
I think they'll finish top half. I don't think they'll finish as high as what they did this season, especially with the Europa League as well. You know, who do I think finish above them? Obviously, you got Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, City who finish above them. Leicester, I think, will finish above them. Arsenal, Tottenham, I don't know, innit? Like, you just never know with those two, innit? Like, they're crap. But, like, who else is up there? They could still finish pretty high, you know, when I think about it. I think if Brighton get a striker, they could finish very high as well. You know, if they get a striker and, you know, finish off those chances that Graham Potter's amazing systems creating, then...
The top half. You're desperate.
Nah, they
Desperate
definitely
to
can.
finish
If they
the
get a
top
striker, they
You
definitely
are so
can.
desperate.
If Brighton
You're so-
finished above Liverpool.
Yeah. No, he wants to do, if Potter finished above Arsenal or Spurs, or what's Ryan come?
Oh, I'd be all over that. I would be all over that still. But West Ham, when I think about it, they could still finish pretty high because like Arsenal and Tottenham are shit in it. So like they could probably still finish above those two. But then Arsenal don't have European football in it. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
I reckon
Indiana just
Arsenal
said as well.
I think Arsenal could possibly break into the top 6, you know. Which
Yeah,
would be a bit
Ah,
of
they
a
man,
should.
man,
No,
man.
they should be finishing there because
They should be targeting
they're
it.
buying, they're bringing players in,
Above
and
who?
they've got no Europe.
Above who?
Man United,
Right, cut it out. They're not
Nah,
finishing above.
nah,
They're not
nah.
finishing. Cut it out. They're not finishing above
all
us.
them
Cut
They
it
won't
out.
finish above
mid-table
Leicester.
teams.
Cut it out. What's it? Let's say it. What
I'm
team in the top
gonna-
six?
I'm joking. I'm
Wow.
What team in the
joking.
top 6 are
I've
Arsenal
already
finishing
told
above?
you who the top 4 will be. I think the top 4 will be
Go on.
not in any order, but City, Chelsea, United, Liverpool. Not in that
Yeah,
order.
I agree.
And then I think the 5. I think Arsenal should be the 5th team.
Not 5th. Leicester are better than them.
Yeah, you really are not well in it.
No,
Jesus
no,
Christ, what you been taking?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they will finish there, but I'm saying that's where they should finish because Leicester have European football.
They shouldn't
So
because
they
Leicester are
should
better than them
finish
anyway.
there.
Wait, did Leicester not have European football this season just gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, and they
And they
finished
still
Leicester
comfortably
should
finished above them.
Leicester with Europa League should still finish above Arsenal. They
And their
really
squad's
should.
better.
they got a much better
they-
team and a much
And
better
a better
manager.
squad as well.
Arsenal got knocked out of the domestic cups really early as well. They didn't like.
And they're trying to sign
Arsenal just
Ramsdale.
embarrassment, man.
Who they signing? Ben White. Yeah, I'm saying Ramsdale. Who else? They've been
You
linked
got
with Tammy
Everton as
Abraham.
well under Benitez, who could. I think they finish above Arsenal
be.
as well.
And did they not just sound Townsend? Like, I don't get where this Arsenal. Arsenal are Arsenal in name only.
Yeah.
Arsenal aren't doing shit when I think about it.
They're Arsenal in name only.
And Tottenham always
Like-
finish above Arsenal now anyway. So
Think about
Arsenal
it.
finish 8th again, man. They might get
Ryan,
7th.
you speak like in depth about how poor Liverpool's season was, and you still finish first. Everybody having such a bad season, and Arsenal was still nowhere near a top 6 race.
Oh,
Never mind
they're
the top
an actual
4.
Embarrassment when I think
They were
about it.
nowhere near the top 6 race.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is
nowhere
about
near
Arsenal? They're getting worse. They're not getting better. They're getting worse as a club. And that Amazon documentary, oh my god, I'm so
I
excited.
can't wait for All for Nothing.
I'm
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Nothing.
100%.
All for nothing. Oh,
Just nothing.
all for nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
Lewis
so
is saying,
excited.
please.
That would be
Yeah, all for nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. All for nothing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Lewis is saying, please take Declan Rice. Yo, shout Roman, and I'm sure we'll get on the job for you, Lewis. You get what I'm saying? And that.
Yeah.
Got to be Ollie in United, right? Indiana, what was we talking about? I'm unsure, so I don't know what was said. Oh yeah, you lot are talking between yourselves as well. Large up everyone who's locked in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as
Where do you think
well.
Everton finished this season? with
I'm gonna get to that.
Benitez.
Lingard to Everton, it'd be a great move for Lingard. I think.
Oh, that'd be a great move. Great move.
Depends who he signs, because I think what Ancelotti was building there's a base of a good team there. So now you just need to add the other pieces.
I don't want to go too in depth for it because it's obviously. I'm just. I don't even want to laugh and smile. Just with the reports that come out for the last couple of days, I don't know how that would affect the whole.
We don't know what could happen.
Look, I mean,
and I don't want to go in depth. I don't want to go in depth.
That's why I'm waiting on it to see, like, when it comes out and names and everything like that. That's why I've not spoken.
You know what I will say? Can I just say one thing about it? If
it's disgusting.
He is guilty, and he's found guilty. People shouldn't be going in on Everton for this. I don't want to hear people going in on Everton as a club. And I'm a Liverpool fan, by the way.
That's nothing to do with the club, though.
Exactly, but you just know people will be going in on Everton, criticising Everton. Oh, Everton, you're a bunch of whatever in it. Like, don't go in on Everton because this isn't them. This is, if he's guilty, it's down to him. He's the one that's guilty, not Everton as a club.
I'm just thinking, like, if that player is found guilty, like the relationships they have in the squad and them not knowing what type of person they really are, the mental psyche, because if you think like they might be around their family, and it's just one of those, you know what I mean? It's like,
I get what you mean.
It depends on the situation.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Indiana because he's saying United and Ollie is to the title of the show. That's the answer to the question. This guy got jokes. Sorry, go on, Jan, carry on.
Yeah, no, it depends on the situation, because there's things that, like, there's been situations before where there's been a girl who appears to be much older than she is, and she says, I'm 21, and then it gets found out later that she's not. That situation, I think, is very different to an actual minor, like, someone that is clearly a child, and he's clearly known that she's a child. So even though it's still the same, it's still the same crime. I think with that one, because I know with Akon, Akon was in a 21 and over club, and he got done for that because the girl lied. She was actually 15 or something, but she was in an over 21 club, and he went to jail for it. So things like that, even though it's still bad, I think his intentions were to take home a 21-year-old girl, which is what he thought that he did. So if it's that sort of situation, to me, it's a little bit different morally than when you are knowingly talking to someone that you know is a child. Do you know what I mean?
So back to I'll get us back to the football. Rafa's got to overcome that he's those that are just not going to forget.
They're going to hate him out there.
They already hate him.
But didn't he get booed at Chelsea though?
And he won him the Europa League.
He did. At the end, there was more. At the end, there was more of a thank you from that, but there was still that overall thing. But Everton is even more because he's the Liverpool fan.
Of course.
They hate him.
I'm sure he said stuff about Everton in the past.
Probably has.
Probably
has.
Yeah, he's probably.
He called him a small club. He called him a small club.
Yeah.
He called him a small club.
Still. This is the thing, though, like with managers, because it's kind of like players as well. Like, it's just maybe like Messi at Barcelona. Like, he knew that he would probably always play for Barcelona. So if he wanted to, he could probably go in on other clubs. And I know in Spain, there's certain clubs that you just do not play for. So there's like a written rule, an unwritten rule. I know in Barcelona, if you play for Barcelona, you never play for Espanyol, and or even manage them and all that. And it's kind of, they have that. You wouldn't kind of do both. You know what I mean? But kind of like, you just got to be a bit careful about what you say, because one minute you're Man United's hot property, and the next minute you fall off a cliff, and these smaller clubs are the only options you've got. Like, you're not going to stop playing football. You're going to go to a smaller club. So I just think some players, in particular managers, because with management, it's a lot more high risk in terms of if you perform badly for even a short period of time, you can get sacked. Whereas players can have a poor 2 years and probably still stay on the payroll. So just with managers, I think you just got to be a bit careful, because if you're saying all this crap, it'll come back to haunt you, innit?
Yeah, you have to be very careful, 100%. Get to this from Ahmed. He says, question for the panel: what manager do you see getting sacked first? For me, it's Paella Pulis.
Nah,
Jan,
Arteta's
we'll go
not
to
getting
you.
sacked.
Who have we got? Who's
That's a great question.
first? It depends on what happens this season, though, because you know, I don't know. It depends.
You know who I think? You know who sticks out for me? Patrick Vieira.
I would,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason why I think he might not get sacked is because the sort of targets for Crystal Palace are probably not going to be that high. It's probably going to be to stay up. So as long as he doesn't kind of find himself in the relegation battle,
It could
I
happen.
think he'll be all right because
What about Watford's manager? I don't know who it is, but they always sack the managers in it. They don't waste time, man.
whoever's in a it'll be someone that's in a relegation battle that
Arsenal.
got,
Arteta's gone
yeah.
first. Arteta's gone
I
first.
got
Still.
I got the new Wolves manager.
Who is it? I don't even know who it is.
But what I mean is like I think Wolves, even when Nuno at the end, they were going down. Or
You know what? I can see Arsenal being in
I
another.
got Hassan Hootel actually.
Hassan Hootel's a shout, you know, because
Yeah,
his
'cause
form,
he's been poor,
Southampton's
yeah.
form rapidly declined.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he doesn't start,
And I
well,
think he's a good manager.
you know what's worse with him as well? Like last season, they were in like the top 4 for quite a bit, weren't
They were
they?
doing well. They
They were
beat us
top
they beat us at the beginning of the new year, and then their form just went down, badly
Yeah.
down.
I don't know how you survive though. As well as you can do in a team like Southampton, the expectations. I don't know you can survive 2 9-0 spankings unless.
Do you? Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And I know they went down to 10 men in both games. I understand that.
You shouldn't be losing 9-0 in both. Still.
No, there's no excuse for
9-0.
9-0,
9-0
man.
to Man United, you would go, okay, maybe, but 9-0 to Leicester.
9-0
9-0
twice.
to Leicester. Twice in just over a year.
Yeah, no, it's too.
Twice.
That's one
You
of
know
them
what?
results that you get once in a blue moon, and you're like, okay, it's like the 7-2 last season with the. That's not going to happen again for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like
one of them.
Roberto Martinez was at Wigan. In that one season, he got. I think Tottenham spanked him 9-1.
9-1. I remember when Defoe
and then
scored
we
about
beat them-
100. Yeah.
We beat them 8-0 on the last day of the season to
Yeah, they were
United's
poor.
team to the title. And then we spanked them 6-0 on the opening day of the next season. And it was like,
And man still winning FA
FA
Cup there.
I know it's Wigan, but you still got to have your, it's just weird. It's like, I don't know how if Hassan Hootel has another
spanking.
Like a proper, like a 6-7 above job.
I think it's
Plus,
just.
they didn't play well at the end
I
of the
reckon
season
Arsenal
either.
could be down there again in the first half
And
of
if
the
they lose
season
Danny
like they
Ings
were
as
last
well, they lose
season.
Danny Ings as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arsenal could be still, depending on who
Arsenal
they
could be
sign,
like
who get rid of.
15
Yeah.
like they were last season, and then Arteta could get sacked then.
That's all right. Ben White and Ramsdale will.
It just.
Oh,
it
they get
just
Ramsdale. He's the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen.
Shamsdale, man. It's all
He's
Shamsdale.
horrendous.
But the thing is, it depends who you're around as well. Because if you think about the top of the table now, like even when we're discussing teams and you're throwing out like Everton and teams like that, it's like realistically, there's so many teams that should be finishing in the top 10 that other teams like you sort of Crystal Palaces, it's overachieving almost for them to get top 10. Whereas a few years ago, it wouldn't necessarily be overachieving to finish in the top 10.
Yeah.
You know, it might be to finish in the top 6 or top 8 or whatever, but the top 10, it's kind of like you would expect to be around there. Whereas now, kind of like as long as you're safe, I think you're fine. Because Newcastle, by their standards, were terrible last season. Do you know what I mean? They shouldn't be finishing. Well, they shouldn't be in a relegation battle for a start, you know, and finishing maybe as low as they did. But it's kind of like if you look at the teams around them, like they're probably not good enough to finish near the top half. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm actually excited for this season.
Yeah,
Just
Ahmed
I'm
here.
not at the
pressure's
moment.
not
I
on us
don't,
to
be
win it
bothered.
for
I
us.
don't feel excited.
I'm looking forward to it just on a vibes thing. All right, let's see
Yeah.
what's
The
up.
only thing do you know what the only thing I'm excited for is seeing what Arsenal's documentary will be like. That's literally the only thing.
Yeah, we're gonna
wait
get
a
some
whole
great
year, man.
news.
Got to wait a whole
Yeah.
year for that.
I know,
we'll know
but
what it is.
obviously,
No. Here's the
the way
thing,
Arsenal
though.
will be,
We'll see
know
the
what
build
it's
up, though.
about, innit?
We'll see the build up in that. Like them losing to
Yeah,
Hibernian,
exactly.
like that'll be in
We'll
there.
see that. No,
You'll
but
be
we'll see
able
them
to go-
losing against some proper
Yeah.
shit side, and we'll know that's going to
You'll
be
be
a big
able-
part in the documentary.
On their losses, you'll be able to go, I want to see what the reaction to that one
Yeah,
was.
exactly.
I want to see what happened here. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
That's what we'll see.
100%. Ahmed also says, I hope Vieira does well. That might open the gates for more black and ethnic managers in
Yeah.
the league football. 100%.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I would love
Right.
Vieira to do well. 100%.
Do you know what's
And I
mad?
hope-
Because
hope he flies.
because I know when Pellegrini, I think it was Pellegrini, when Pellegrini was there, they were saying that they were going to get train him up, and then he was going to manage the kids, which he did, and then be a number 2. But I think what happened is he went off to New York City, and then we got Pep, and then Pep obviously wanted Arteta, so we ended up with Arteta. But really, it should have been Vieira, not Arteta. So I hope that he does well. I really do.
They do. I just wanted to get to this because he put this up. So sit down. I can see you're new here. He says we have the best team in the Premier League right now. He's a Manchester United fan, I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
And he says maybe we won't play the most attractive football, but that title is ours. Why are you so confident? Is what I want to know. I'm a United fan, so whatever it is, one sec, Ryan. Let me just chat to him. Sell it to me. So I think it's crazy what you're saying. Because I don't think we have the best. You can tell by when the surface reaction. We don't have the best team in the Premier League, and I don't think that title is ours. So let me know. I'm gonna let you land here and give me the reasons as to why you believe these things, like fully, like because I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like,
I'm not sure you can call it something
why?
yours that you've not seen in a while.
Yeah, you know what it
It's
is
like-
though. I think the reason why I'm not scared of United for the title is that Ollie is not good enough to finish above Pep, Klopp, and Tuchel.
I just think it's crazy to predict anything.
That's
until
just
after the transfer
impossible.
window.
Yeah,
No.
anything
Yeah.
can happen, but
No, but
yeah,
no, but United could have the best team, but Ollie's not good enough to finish above those 3 managers in the same season. He's just not.
yeah.
Is it going to be?
Indiana
Is
said
it
it.
going to be the same though? This season where start off well, bad patch.
That's what we do.
Two
We like
away,
this.
Yeah.
2 games away from sacking.
We do this.
And then they'll win some. They'll win some random game in
The
it.
game where
Like,
he's supposed to, if he loses this, he's definitely going to get sacked. They then go on another
Yeah.
run.
And we'll beat
Yeah.
play like that. Like we'll be
They'll
going to
win
Anfield.
Manchester
you'll
Derby.
beat Pep
Yeah,
or
something like
something.
that.
You'll beat
We're
Pep
going
or
to-
The
something.
away,
Yeah.
the away record. I know you guys are
It's good.
undefeated, but it's slightly. It's
a false image because City got more points away.
Like draws. There's like loads
Yeah,
of draws.
City, yeah, man,
Yeah,
had more
yeah.
draws than IKEA. City got more points away from home than we did. I'm saying, but like, it is what it is, isn't it? Like more draws than the local dealer in my
even
hands.
last
Like
season,
just
we
hella
had better
draws.
home form than you, and we lost
And
6
you
in
lost
a row.
6 in a row. But here we go. But I'm the negative one. You know what I'm saying in that. But I'm the one that's just the stats. Like people get mad at me. Similar to the Messi International, people get mad at me when I just talk the stats. We had this amazing away record, but City picked up more points away from home than us. Liverpool had a better home record than Manchester United, but they lost 6 in a row at home.
Yeah.
Back to back. 6.
You know
what
what?
I'm
This
saying
is a
in that?
spot on comment because it's. Wait, I just get in the.
And I got to welcome this guy as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't say
because-
something about being champions of Europe, but it's my OG. You know what I'm saying? The king of spin, the AC penitentiary patroller. Well, like Lewis is in the building. We tell him.
Champions of Europe. We know what we are. They got the gang. What's everyone saying?
You bless. Yeah, it's good
You
to,
need
it's good to
to get
talk to
rid
you,
of
fam.
You get a
Big up, my guy.
Ah, fuck my
Yeah,
chest
palace
is fucked.
ticket.
Yeah, I'm good. What's everyone saying?
Yeah, we just trying to figure out why Sedan in
Yeah,
the
man.
comments, a new guy saying United can win the league. I'm lost in it.
Because the Glaziers are having an amazing summer.
All right, this is not what we want to
Varane,
do.
Sancho,
See what London says. Flawless.
Camavinga.
This is a question to win the surfer. What do you think of Chelsea selling Chelsea talented youngsters from the best academy? Are you annoyed or not? We'll go to you in the
I'm
surfer.
going to
Then.
keep it
Lewis, you
brief.
can add some.
Lewis has said my thing on this.
Yeah.
Just reset your brains back to 2019 and before. This is what Chelsea have been doing for the past 20 years. Okay, these guys have not played a single minute in the first team at all. We don't know what they're going to be like. If they're good, put a sell-on clause, put a buyback option like we've done with Gurhey. You know, we've got 20 million for Gurhey. He's only played in the Championship. Do you know what I mean? Lewis Bate, I got to confess, I don't watch the academy stuff. Yeah, I'm not really interested. Yeah, doesn't suit. I'm not really interested. Lewis Bate has got a ton of people in front of him. He was never gonna get in. I don't know who this guy is. We've apparently going to Southampton, Simu or whatever his name is. Never heard of him. Livramento is probably the one that stands out. I've not really seen him play. I didn't. You know what, Flores? I'll be honest with you. 6 weeks ago, I never heard of him. Yeah, and then people are bigging him up. That's the one that's probably got people vexed. It's like, because I think he's got from looking outwards, inwards, he's got the easier path because Azpilicueta is 31. He is going to decline. Reece is only there. If we stick to a 3, he's going to play more right centre back than right wing back. He's got the more, so why not say sign a new contract, do what Mount and Reece James did, go out on loan to Championship or Premier League club, come back in a year's time, and you might get there. But I will say this, and Tomori might be the only one that comes back to bite us that we've sold youth team product-wise. There's not been a youth team product that we've sold that we've come to regret. It's just not been. And the academy we have is meant to make us money. It's not really meant to provide a path for the first team. It's not. It's always to make us money. What we do is we're the best academy because we prepare these guys. Yeah, we prepare them. We give them they have the education, school and on the pitch. They're prepared when they go out, so they're not shocked by what they're going to find when they move to another club. And if they get the chance, then seize the chance. But I just want all Chelsea fans to remember, before 2019, before you had a mind swipe, and always thought we'd put kids in our team, it was John Terry before Mount. Yeah, that was it. And
And Christensen.
Look at Christensen. Look at it this season.
Wait, did Christensen come through your academy?
Yes.
Yep, the first youth academy to come since John Terry. We keep the standards high at Chelsea Football Club.
They send him out on loan to Mission back. But what I'll say
Mad. I didn't know he came through your youth system.
Bro has signed a new 5-year deal.
Finest. Come on, La Cobham, you already know.
I ain't saying that. Christensen came through and they've not let another one through since, but we move. Go on, carry on with the circle.
Bro has signed.
Hey, shall I get the photo of La Cobham with the Champions League trophy?
Bro has signed a new 5-year deal. Dijon Sterling's about to sign.
Andrew and that.
If these guys stay, we're gonna have 6 or 7 academy products in the first team squad. And that doesn't happen, Flawless. You're the only club that's had an elaboration of 5 players in at the same time. No big club in Europe, they hardly have any youth players.
Don't work like that.
It doesn't work like that, man. It just doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Your thoughts on it, Lewis? Does it upset you? You're annoyed, should I say? That's what C1 London's asked.
Depends on the signings. Like, if we get Haaland or Lukaku in, then it's already worth it, to be honest. I don't really care. Like, we're losing Lewis Bate, who isn't going to make into first team, or Livramento, who isn't going to make into first team, or fucking Mark Gay actually did hurt a little bit. I won't lie. I wanted him to stay at Chelsea. He would have moonwalked into the team after a year. We got 4 centre-backs on 1 year left on their contract. It would have made perfect sense. But here's what it is. 20 million for a player who hasn't played a minute of league football, and we got buyback clause. No, we got first refusal on it. I'll take it. It is what it is. It's what we always use the academy for. It's profit. Either off loan fees or off transfer fees. But it's profit for us to get transfers through. So that's the way we've always done it. The only time we've reverted from it is when we had a transfer ban, no Eden Hazard and no Maurizio Sarri, and an inexperienced manager. So we were allowed to experiment because we weren't at the top. Now we're back at the top, European champions and all of that. We don't need to rely on the youth. We need marquee players. It's the Chelsea way. People don't like it, the name and following Chelsea.
Cool. The youth team experiment died last summer when we made all those transfers.
When you went to improve your squad there and then and didn't wait for the future. And it worked because you won the Champions League, so it worked.
Exactly.
Well, it seems like certain members of your fan base would have took not winning the Champions League and brought through the youth.
Yeah, because
seems to be the way.
They had that Men in Black mind swipe thing and didn't remember what happened for 2019 and become over emotional and attached to players that were never going to make it to the club, but forgetting what the history of our club is. That's all.
So what's the latest with Tammy Abraham? Like, is he going? Is he staying? Like, what's the plan?
It's not going until we get if Haaland is done. If Haaland agrees, or whoever striker Lukaku or whatever, he's not going until that is settled, because we just don't have anyone else there.
Yeah, but Bear Clubs want him.
Bear Clubs want him, and he's only on a 2-year contract. and he knows
But
he's
no,
He
it's
ain't
just-
not
re-signing,
even
so he
second
has to go
choice.
now.
He's not even second choice at the club. You know what I mean? It's like,
It's weird though, because he's our top goal scorer in each of the last 3 seasons.
That's
he
crazy.
is. He is. But I
That
just
is
don't-
crazy.
we know Tuchel doesn't rate him, man. He was fit. He wasn't injured for us in the season. He just didn't pick him. He picked 2
Shame,
left
'cause
backs.
I know
in the FA
Tuchel
Cup
could get a
final,
tune out of
2
Tammy.
goalkeepers in the Champions League final instead of putting Tammy on the bench.
I
Didn't
think
rate him.
I think he'd have a much bigger chance though if he just signed the contract.
Maybe.
Like he's asking for stupid wages, which is why it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
then you gotta go, innit? And I completely understand him leaving too.
Yeah, but the thing is, because Peter made the point, and he was talking about Tammy Abraham, and he's like, does he start for does he start for another top 10 side in the Premier League?
Let me ask you a question. I'll answer this.
Yeah, go on.
If Tammy Abraham wasn't at Chelsea, and Chelsea were linked with him, I'll ask any Chelsea fan. I'll look them straight in the face and dare them to tell me that they would want him at the club. Seriously?
Serious. And I like Tammy Abraham. Like, I think he's a decent player, but he seems by some of your fan base to be overrated. I'm like, I don't know where it comes from.
He's a good guy, but if he wasn't at Chelsea, if we were now on a striker search and his name then came up linked to Chelsea, none of this fan base would want him at the club.
Yeah, 100%.
They
Yeah,
wouldn't want him.
no, I get exactly what you're saying, because when Peter made the top 10 comment and what you said there, I'm like, that's facts. What side in the top 10 does he start for?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was going.
Who,
yeah,
Tammy?
right.
Yeah, what
Arsenal.
side in the Premier League? All right, maybe Arsenal.
Maybe,
Who else?
and that's a stretch.
Arsenal.
Aubameyang on form is better than
Let me
Tammy.
get the
Yeah,
Premier League.
Because I'm saying Aubameyang. I'm taking Aubameyang over Tammy Abraham.
I'm still taking Aubameyang. Yeah,
Yeah, but
so I don't-
Aubameyang plays on the left for Arsenal.
Yeah,
Man.
on the left.
well,
Yeah, but still, if I'm
Does
in
against
need of a
City, does
striker,
against United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester City probably use him for depth. West Ham,
Yeah,
I think, gets
bench.
into.
ahead of
Tottenham.
Antonio. Wait, ahead of Antonio.
Antonio's quality, but Tammy could break in.
I don't think he
Yeah,
plays.
definitely
I'm gonna say that.
so
I'm talking
much
about
more.
I'm talking about starting when I say that.
Yeah,
Let me.
Antonio
Who does he
offers
start
so
for?
much.
He's not starting over Antonio.
Antonio puts in shifts, man. He offers so much more. Tammy doesn't do that.
He does. He's a quality player in that, but I'm
As a-
looking
as
at Tammy's
back-
quality too. I think people
Yeah.
also heavily underrate him.
No, I think as backup to some of them, yes, but he's not starting for West Ham.
And he wouldn't get in at Leicester.
Maybe he
He's
wouldn't
an
initially,
Iliacho,
but I think
Daka,
he breaks into the
Varane.
team at West Ham. I genuinely think.
Harry Kane.
I have to agree to disagree. We're talking
I'm
about
not
Tammy Abraham. We're talking about Tammy Abraham. That's a low blow.
No,
man.
I think
That is
Tammy
a
Abraham
low
starts for
blow.
West Ham. I think Tammy
Over
Abraham
and so
starts
you're
for West
you're
Ham.
taking so you think he starts over Antonio?
I don't
Leeds
rate
United
Antonio.
is also there.
Yeah, you crazy.
I don't rate
fam.
Antonio.
Because you're
How you
hating on my Jamaican brother.
How do you wait? How you
I
don't
think
rate?
Tammy
How you
Abraham's
rate?
better than Antonio.
How you rate based off of what?
I just think he is when I watch him play. I don't rate Antonio's a
Based
pure
off a-
pace and power merchant, bro.
Let's go. But that's something that
That's
Tammy
how
Abraham
West
don't
Ham are
have.
built. That's how
Yes.
West Ham are built.
What does Tammy
That's
Abraham
how it
have that
works.
he doesn't? Tammy
Nah, I think
Abraham
Tammy
gives you nothing
Abraham's
that. Okay, so answer the
I'd
question.
rather have Tammy
What,
Abraham.
wait. What does Okay, so answer the question. What does Tammy Abraham offer that Antonio doesn't?
I think he's got better tech on the ball. I think he's better on the ball.
So that's debatable. Okay, so he's better on the ball. So first touch, that's it. What else?
I don't know. I think
Exactly, nothing else. My point.
Can't-
No,
Nothing else.
I think he's also got
Nothing
more room
else.
to grow as well. Antonio.
No, so you're talking. No, you're talking
I think-
potential. I'm talking about right now. We're not talking about in the future. We're not talking 5 years. We're talking about right now. I asked you a question.
I just
What does
don't
that?
rate Antonio in it.
Yeah, what did? But then when I asked you the question and say, what does Tammy Abraham do better? All you said is right. He has a better first touch. That's it. What else does
I
he
think
offer?
he's a better footballer. I think he's
Based
a
off of
better
what? Yeah,
footballer.
elaborate.
I
Technically,
think he's better
a
on the ball. I think they're arguably as good finishers. Like Antonio's
I
a bit
disagree. So
raspy
Antonio scores more goals than him.
because he plays
Does he?
more. Because he plays
scores
more.
Yeah, Antonio definitely has scored
Plays
more
more than
goals than
Tammy
Tammy
Abraham.
Abraham.
How
Definitely
many
has.
goals did Antonio get this season?
I don't know last season, but I guarantee you it was more than Tammy Abraham. He's not
But
a
he
better
plays.
finisher.
He plays more than Tammy Abraham though.
Okay, so when Tammy Abraham was playing for Chelsea, how come he's playing in a better team
Bro, I
than
don't
West
think
Ham? How
Tammy
come he didn't
Abraham's
score?
that good either. But I think he's better.
No.
than Antonio.
That's my point to the question though. Tammy Abraham was playing in a side and didn't score more goals than him. He was playing in a better side. That Chelsea side is better than that West Ham side. So how come Tammy Abraham didn't deliver? He did. No. No. I'm saying before Giroud was there, before Werner was there. I'm
I can't lie. When
Lampard
it comes
season.
to finishing, like
scored
it's
10
a
goals
bit
in
techy for
25.
Tammy Abraham as
Who's
well.
that?
He does score, but he does miss a lot too.
Who's this?
Like his big chances last season were, I think, very close to Werner's this season.
I don't know what you man. How Tammy Abraham over Antonio is crazy.
Nah,
The guy
I think
just fired West Ham to 6th place. You know, you crazy.
It weren't
You know
even
what I'm saying?
him. It was Jesse Lingard.
It was him. Lingard was only there from January.
So, guys,
He is a better poacher, I think.
he
than-
scored
He's a better
10
poacher.
He scored 10 in 25, yeah.
Yeah.
And Tammy scored 6 in 22.
There we go. So what you man
Scored
talking
4
about?
goals
Oh
in
my
23.
You man
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
so-
Talking about goal scorer. What you man talk? And he's in a better side.
He's top scoring all.
He's in a better.
competitions,
Yo,
not the- not
man, I
the-
love you, but you don't have to be on some stuff and that. That is crazy. You have
Fucking
nothing
hell,
to
we
back it
got
up.
starved.
You have nothing to back it up because if Antonio had scored 6,
No,
that
no,
would be
I
an
totally-
argument
I
and that.
totally-
Don't kill me. This is our best finisher.
This is
Tammy's a
crazy.
Tammy's a great.
Six
This is
in
our
22.
This is our
6
best
in
finisher,
22.
by the way.
Tammy's a great.
God
coach.
help
Chelsea.
Scorer was
You have to get the
7.
ball right to him. You have to get for him to
Oh,
coach. You have to
goodness
get,
me.
Do you know what's mad?
Get the ball
You know-
right to him.
You know what's mad though? Like Chelsea's
Calvin.
top scorer had 7 goals, right? Which was Jorginho with 7 pens, right? And the thing is, yeah, it's like Raheem Sterling was getting slated for one of his worst seasons, which I can't even disagree with, and I'm sure he got 9. And that was
So
like a bad season.
Yeah,
for
but
Sterling.
there's different levels. though, isn't
So
it?
Antonio,
It's like-
he's better. So he's
Yeah.
better fit. So he's better physically, and he also scores more goals. So I don't know
Yeah.
how Tammy Abraham's better. He's better
No.
physically,
I
and he also scores more goals in a worse team. He scores
But you
more
know
goals
what?
in a worse team.
Overall,
How
What
is
you could
Abraham better?
argue though, Flawless, is the age of Tammy Abraham, because if Tammy Abraham gets better and better and better, he
That's
is
potential.
still young, whereas Antonio's
That's
at the
potential.
end of his career.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
it would
potential.
make sense for them to bring him in.
You see,
Because-
Bro,
here-
I don't think
Yeah,
either
yeah,
of them
hold
are that
on,
good,
one
but I take Tammy
That-
over Antonio.
1920 season, Tammy got 15 goals. Antonio got 10.
No, no.
Antonio's playing for West Ham United.
No.
10 goals is a good return.
Flawless. That's a great
I also
headline.
do want to say Antonio finished like 15 for that West Ham side. They
that's
were
a great-
horrendous.
guys, that's a
And
great
also,
headline.
us fucking Wallads couldn't even beat him that season. Can't be arsed.
Go on with the
That's a great-
surfer.
That's a great headline, right? 7 of those goals came in 3 games at the start of the season.
See,
those
there we
15
go.
goals. And then he scored another 8 over the next
8 months.
8 months of the season, essentially.
So he scored
He
one
did
goal.
listen, he was out injured for a while, and he then wasn't picked because Frank went back to Giroud. So.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't know how
No,
Abraham's
Antonio-
better than Antonio.
Can I just say something?
Antonio's in a worse side and is still outscoring him.
Yeah.
But we move.
I
Can I
don't
just
think
say
he's an actual
something, right?
striker, Antonio.
Chelsea fans in the comments, yeah.
Here we go.
Winning the Champions League doesn't change facts. You can't change facts.
Hmm? Someone say Champions League.
Nah, basically, whenever you say a fact to a Chelsea fan, they say, "Yeah, but we won the Champions League, though." It's not. It's still a fact.
Yep.
They did win
Isn't
it.
it?
They did
Guys,
It is a
win
fact.
the
We did win the
Champions
Champions League.
No,
Winning the Champions
no,
League
but
is a
it's
good
also a
trump
fact
card,
that
to
your
be
top
fair.
scorer was Jorginho with 7 goals. People are acting like I'm chatting shit.
Oh yeah, they're both facts.
Chelsea fans.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't change.
I'm here for that. I'll run with
Chelsea
that.
Yo.
fans in the chat. Jan just quoted the stat.
Yeah.
That was all.
And
She
Indiana,
wasn't
I don't know.
going, oh, your top scorer scored 7 goals. She
Yeah,
just quoted
she was just
the
stating the
stat.
fact he was 7
It's
goals
just
to
a stat,
say, yeah.
It's a
You know what I'm
stat
saying?
to-
That's a team Tammy
conversation,
Abraham.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
Indiana,
it's-
let me know how I switched it up. And this is not my point. We're talking about right now. I'm not saying Abraham can't get better. I'm saying if you can pick between the two, I don't know why you would pick Tammy Abraham. I don't,
Bro, I
based
don't
off of
think
what?
either of them are that good, but I just
No, but
prefer
that's not the
Tammy to
no, but that's the you
Antonio.
jumped in halfway through the argument because what we was debating was does Tammy Abraham start for any of the top 10 side in the Premier League?
Yeah.
And I was saying no, because he doesn't. Because he's not better than Antonio. If you put Abraham in that the West Ham side, they don't finish 6th.
Would he start for Arsenal?
No, I don't think I'm not taking him over Aubameyang.
Not
Aubameyang starts left wing though.
I'm probably not taking
Yeah,
him
but
over
I don't
Lacazette
think-
either.
Yeah, I'd probably say Lacazette's better than him still.
Yeah.
Antonio's way
I don't
more
even rate
effective than Tammy.
Lacazette
No.
that
All
much.
right, so Arsenal's one. Who else we got? Who's the rest of the teams? Does he start for Everton? No.
No, not at the Calvin Lewin.
Not over Calvin.
Leeds.
No, I'm not taking him over
I'm not
Bamford.
taking
No.
him
Bro,
over
Bamford is so overrated, man.
Come on, man.
Who
Bamford had more.
Wait. He missed. I think he had the most missed big chances.
Yeah, he has more
But-
big
Who's he
missed
now?
chances than Werner.
As a team.
But did he not finish? Where did he not finish in the league? Did he not finish like
Because Leeds
third
create
in the
100
third?
chances a game.
That's
He
true.
misses
So I give
most
him
of
credit for
them.
that. He does miss a lot of chances. I give him that. But
Nah, Bamford's
but
average, man. I don't rate Bamford.
I'm not taking Abraham over Bamford.
I'll have Tammy over Werner up front, so I'll have Tammy over Bamford up front.
Bamford is hella overrated.
I don't think Bamford's overrated though.
He is
Who rates
very
Bamford like
overrated.
that? By who?
When
Who
people
rates
think
him?
put him in the England squad and all this
Who
bullshit,
rates Bamford?
like, nah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
in that?
can't lie. No one really rates
No one
Bamford.
rates
like
Yeah,
I don't
how
rate
can he be?
Bamford.
He has to be rated to be overrated.
Yeah,
I've never seen a Bamford hype train. I never seen anyone
I
on
have,
here
I
in
have.
socials and people be like,
I don't
Bamford.
rate this guy. I
And
don't
you know
rate this
what?
Bamford guy.
He deserves ratings because again, he's finished. What did he finish? Third, fourth goal scorer.
Because he's in a
for
Leeds
Leeds.
team that creates 100,000 chances a game.
And I give him credit, but you still have to be there to get on the agenda of the chances.
Bro, I remember when they played Arsenal earlier in the
Yeah, they're
season.
bad.
They should have pammed him and he missed 100 chances.
He did miss a lot, but all top strikers
You
miss
know what
chances.
angry I was after that game?
All top strikers
Yeah,
miss
you
chances.
and me both.
And
All,
I'll just go.
The Arsenal were in
I'll just bring
relegation
up-
battle as well that time. That point was big for them.
I'll just bring
Oh,
up
don't
Tammy
remind me about
Abraham's
Arsenal in the
performance
fucking
against
relegation
Spurs.
battle.
I'll just bring up
Give me
Tammy
They'll be in
PTSD to
another one.
Boxing Day.
Tammy Abraham's
They'll be,
performance
yeah, it was
against
Chelsea.
Spurs,
Lampard's fault, actually.
Yeah. He
Timo
can't head
Werner
up.
left wing tax.
He's a 6 foot. He's over 6 foot, and he can't head up. Tammy Abraham, he can't head.
Yeah, but when he bulks up, then that ain't gonna be a problem.
He's not going to
Like
bulk up.
Drogba was the same thing.
He's not going to bulk up.
He will. They said the same thing
about.
about Didier back in the day.
No, his body's too wide.
Yeah, but to be fair, Tammy's
body
not
is too
Drogba,
wiry.
innit?
He
Like,
can't bulk up.
Yeah. Not right now. Let him bulk up and become a proper
He'll
centre
never be
I'm
forward.
gonna say
Get a
he's
bit
gonna
more
bulk up.
experience in this game.
He's going to bulk up and have a big head, but he's not going to still head the ball. You know what I mean? He can't
Sorry,
head
this
the
made
ball.
me laugh. Yeah, serious, but according to Ryan, he's got better tech. But we see, I've never seen this. Long story short, Tammy Abraham is ass cheeks, whereas Antonio is a decent mid-table striker in the modern game. Yeah, like he is. I just don't get it. Like someone said, if we're talking potential and all that, no, but we were talking specifically right now. So the 2021-22 season.
People, ass cheeks.
Yeah, ass cheeks is great. I love it, innit? Ass cheeks. It's
I
great.
just don't want
It's
anyone who's
fantastic.
bloody Patrick Bamford hype train. Like, bloody hell, he's
Yeah, I'm
terrible.
not on the hype train. What I'm saying is to get in position to miss that many chances,
Right.
you are doing something right.
There is not
Bamford,
Patrick Bamford.
So you're taking Abraham over Bamford?
Bro, I think it's a close one, innit?
No, who you taking? You can pick one. Who you taking?
Abraham.
Okay, yeah, and who you taking if you can have the choice between Abraham and Bamford?
Probably. Do you know what Bamford is playing in a worse squad, innit? People always use that excuse for
Is
Harry
he?
Kane.
Well, yeah, he might be, but like.
Of course he is.
People use
Yeah,
that.
but
Wait. That's a great point. Yeah, wait, that's a lovely. You telling me Leeds are better than Chelsea?
I thought we were talking about Antonio. West Ham came to my mind.
No. Are Leeds better than Chelsea? That's what I want to know. Are Leeds better than
That's
Chelsea?
what we use. So Bamford's at Chelsea. How many goals does Bamford get at Chelsea? We don't know.
More than Abraham. He scores more than Abraham.
I'd probably say Bamford.
See, Bamford scores more goals. He gets
He's
more
so
than 6 in
bad.
22. I'm sorry, innit? He gets more than 6 in 20 because he's a better finisher.
Bamford's awful.
And he knows
man.
about getting in positions. I ain't saying he's.
Did Tammy start a lot those 22?
Exactly.
games,
He probably didn't. innit?
Well,
Nah,
he
to be
started the
fair,
season
he
before.
probably did start a few.
Yeah, and he started the season when they had the transfer ban. He started a lot of their games.
Oh yeah, but then he bagged 18 in all competitions. I'm cool with that.
I give him credit for that. But what Winter Surfer
Although
said,
to be honest, 7 did come in 3 games.
7 came in 3 games, so he scored 8 goals in 8 months.
Yeah, actually, that 1921 that's a bit of a false image. He balled out in the first 3 months and then got 3 goals after that for the rest of the season.
I'm not saying Tammy Abraham is a bad striker. I'm just saying he's not. If you put him in Brighton's team, I think he does bits.
You know what? I think he will in a few years.
He'd be better than Mopai.
But what we're saying is not right now.
Right now is the question. Yes.
Right now, in 2 years, you probably would. You know what I mean? Over a lot of these players, you just don't. The thing is, you just don't know because he could move and he could ball out, or he could move and he could not succeed. We don't know because like Lukaku did very well when he was on loans, when he was at West Brom. Everton, you know, when he moved to Everton, he did well. Then he went to Man United, not so well. So, yeah, and then he's doing bits again. So, you don't really know. It depends on where Tammy goes. You know what happens to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, like I said, a team. I think a team in the bottom half, I think he'd do well for. 100%.
Yeah, that's a good
I think he'd
chat.
do well.
What Indiana says, Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace was shout.
That's probably why Arsenal are
Crystal
interested
Palace,
in him.
Brighton.
Not for him under Vieira.
I think so. Yes.
Good,
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
He had 22 games. He made 10 sub appearances.
So he started 12 games.
He started 12. So he started nearly a third of the Premier League games.
Okay. Well, like I said, people, I'm not saying he's bad. The question was, does he start for a team in the top 10? Did we go through all 10? Is there any more? I think we got through everyone.
No,
and the
that's it.
most we came to is like 1 or 2. So it's mad. Yo, larger my done Jody every time.
We said lower mid-table, so I see what Arsenal are in for him.
Yeah. Arsenal makes sense. Larger Jody. United.
Actually,
This is
when you look at the top 10 in the league this season, it's Arsenal, Villa, Brentford, Brighton, Burnt. So he'd start for
Oh,
Yeah.
you.
Go on. Who's 10? Who's 10?
Brentford. The top
Don't
10 at
start
the
under
moment
Tony.
in the league
Don't
is
start under
Arsenal,
Tony.
Villa,
Even though if he starts for
Brentford,
Brentford, they
Brighton,
ball
Burnley.
out. You know what I'm saying?
Ivan Toney. You don't start over Ivan Toney.
Does he
Would
start
he
over
start
Ivan
for
Toney?
Palace? Would he
Yes.
start for Palace?
I think he
You know
starts
what?
for
Who's they
Palace,
got? They've
I
got
think he starts for
Benteke.
Palace.
Yeah.
You would
Who else
start
have
for
they got?
Palace.
Nah, Benteke, don't say Benteke, man.
Oh,
No, that who else
He
have they
start for
got?
Brighton. He start for Brighton. He start for Burnley.
What?
He start for Villa. I don't rate Ollie Watkins.
He's not starting for Burnley. Cut it out.
Wouldn't start for Villa.
You not think he starts for Burnley? I think he would.
No, he
Ahead of
wouldn't.
who? Barnes or Wood? Who's he starting over?
You wouldn't suit their game.
Both.
You wouldn't suit their
Yeah,
game.
you crazy, fam.
You wouldn't suit their
You
game.
crazy.
It would
You
not
think
suit their
Tammy
game.
Abraham? No.
He can't hold. He can't header on. He can't
Yeah,
hold up
he's
the ball
not.
properly.
He's
I
not
don't
good in the
Yeah,
head.
fair enough, innit? He probably wouldn't suit them in.
Yeah.
You got to think Sean Dyche.
Yeah, Tammy ain't beating anyone up, to be fair, so yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
That's
getting
what I'm
knocked
It's
off
not
the
even
ball.
that, it's the fact that it's Burnley.
Yeah.
You'd have to live in Manchester and travel.
No,
Even
no.
the others laughing, he said he's not starting for Villa. So how good is this guy? And this is not me criticizing him. I'm just saying, like, people talk
Bro, I
about it.
don't
And it's
think he's
like,
that
when you break it down.
good, but like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's great. I think he's a decent striker. That's it. Currently, right now.
If he played for Burnley, he'd fly up every day from London. He's not staying in that area. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
he's
so
staying
it's
in
not
Burnley.
happening. It's just not happening.
He said, big up United till death because he's new here. He says most fan channels have loads of people just shouting. This is actually rapport. It's rare, you know. Yeah, man, we out here with no fan channel. This is just, I can't even say we're sport. We're everything. We're everything
What
channel.
are
Like
we?
everything be running there.
just a comedy
I have no
channel.
idea.
All you need is
Yeah,
a
it's
comedy,
WP,
innit?
and then you've fully
Comedy,
got everything.
yeah.
Comedy channel.
Comedy.
You know what I'm saying to that? Yeah, you're right about it, though. Yeah, and once I find some wrestling dons, that'll probably happen at some point.
I'll wrestle you, bro. I'm gonna back you next
Probably.
time I see you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I hear you with a stone cold stunner. You don't want that smoke, fam. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Me and Jan City gonna free do you through the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
man,
push
you
you
guys
out
can
to
do
the
it.
All
table.
Yeah,
three
you
of you
guys
man
can
can get hit with the Cobra quick time. Santino Morella settings. Let's go.
I'm just
This
saying.
guy.
Those two next to me couldn't do anything to me.
I'm practicing my RKOs out.
Are you chatting shit again,
Yeah, he's chatting
No, I
shit,
never
yeah.
chat shit, darling.
Oh,
Especially
look at him.
Royal
Look at him.
Rumble,
Oh,
ding,
no,
ding, ding.
no, I won't chat shit. Oh,
I don't chat shit,
I would never
darling.
do, darling. Oh. Guy backed up. Look at you, shook to death over there, quaking in your salad socks. You know what I'm saying?
Jan, did you see the shit Flawless was talking about you before the show?
You like that one?
I'm so easily.
Jan
pleased.
City.
I'm so easily. pleased.
Yeah.
I'm so easily tickled, man.
Did you
I'm
see-
so easily tickled.
Did you see how much shit Flawless was chatting about you before the stream?
He's always chatting shit about me.
What did I say? This guy's
I
lying.
know.
See how he likes to lie. I've told, if I'm gonna tell you something, I'll tell you something to your face. You already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like Ryan who back up. Oh, I didn't say anything. But yeah, United till death, yeah, man. That's what it's like on this channel. Does it get heated? Yeah, but we always go back and forth. You won't just catch people just shouting on here for no reason. And there's
You're
always
When you get
jokes.
booed on the stream.
If you want to heat it, go
Yeah.
back to our tennis discussion.
Yeah. The tennis,
That
the
was
tennis
heated,
discussion
that
with,
was heated.
with Ryan chatting shit. Yeah.
That's the most heated
Or if you want
Flawless
beef, come to
in the
Carefree
debate
Lewis
ever.
G, because we have every fucking day on my
Yeah,
channel.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're
Lewis's
just
channel,
nothing
Carefree
knows about
Lewis.
that.
Carefree Lewis channel. Yes,
I don't know
go
what it is.
subscribe
You know,
to that.
I go back
I
and
ain't
watch
saying
the
nothing.
argument at least once a week.
Yeah. It's because Ryan and his agenda's people, and because he's my little bro, I'm like, all right, let's get into this and break this down. And so that's why we went into the whole tennis situation and with
I tell you
Djokovic.
what, I've never seen Flawless that annoyed. Like,
Yeah,
he was like-
I
he
was just like,
he was like,
Wait, what
I
happened?
don't know. Well, I don't know. What were we doing?
Ryan just chatting ish. That's
You
what
did
happened.
the
And I was
Copa
like, what?
America watch along.
And the game was
You
dead,
did
innit?
the Copa America
The
final.
game was dead, and then Someone brought up tennis, and then Ryan went, "Well, Djokovic is the goat," and we were going, "Well, Federer, and then, no, Federer's not even in the conversation."
Which is just ludicrous. He's the only man on the planet that thinks that. That's the crazy part.
Then it was like Florida's probably went.
I wish I watched more
He
tennis.
went proper big bro on Ryan. He went the angriest I've seen him.
And I was just like, because that's just the most ludicrous statement I've ever heard. And just back it up. And this guy, I was just annoyed, and this guy didn't back it up. That's what. If he came with actual shit, I'd be like, you know what, fair enough.
I was trying to back it up.
And you had nothing to back it up with.
But our argument was not against.
You know what was mad? Yo,
Like,
we went into it again on a Twitch stream. We went into it onto the fan corner.
I saw that.
And you know what it was? The majority of the guys that Djokovic faced, he doesn't rate. So how is he to go? You don't rate the guys. 40. It was 48. It was 6 of them. We went through it. We went through all 20. And it was like 14 of it you didn't rate.
We're just trying to say to Ryan that we weren't against Djokovic. Djokovic will probably go down as the GOAT, but you just have to have a conversation about Federer. That's it.
Yeah, I'm like either one of the three. That's what I said.
Federer was the GOAT. We're just saying he belongs in the conversation.
Yeah, like I was just like, all right, cool. I wasn't even saying who was or who wasn't. I was like, all three of them.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, fam? You good?
No, I'll send it in the chat.
All right, cool. Harris here says thoughts on Giannis flawless after the finals. He did. What's it called?
You guys check.
What is it? Shameless. Cool. Yeah, check it.
Check your Twitter anyway.
I like how the Arsenal fans before the finals game were picking him up because he supports Arsenal, and this man hugging the European trophy in our changing room. And he's got a Chelsea shirt, and it's like in the mud again.
His bad.
But yeah, Giannis.
Oh yeah, you go. Go on.
50 points.
You go.
I love what he said.
Harris, you missed it.
No way, it's Captain America.
Mad.
Wait,
go on with
Great performance. He deserved it, man.
Yeah, he did. Like he silenced his haters. Like people were talking about, is he good enough?
Disrespect.
Can he win without a super team? Yeah. He only has the Euro step and the spin move. Right, man put up 50. Man put up 50 in a game 6 at home.
His team's points.
Put up, yeah. Like
I'll
so
be trying to
Giannis,
understand what that means.
Giannis not there. Like
Giannis
did his thing.
I don't watch basketball too much, but I know obviously who he is, right? But the thing is, like, it's one of them things where he's done it with a team that you wouldn't expect to win in the first place. And on top of that, he's really turned up when it mattered. So you have to give him all the props for that, innit? And he's won it like you wouldn't have expected at the start of the season for them to win. So, big props to him. And you know what? For doing it, we see it a lot, obviously, in football. It's a little bit harder, but it must feel better to win any sort of title with a team that no one expects to win. Do you know what I mean? It must feel a little bit more,
It's like Ronaldo
I'm happy for him, even though I don't.
Yeah, like United winning it. I mean, like Ronaldo winning with Portugal. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. He said like Ronaldo. He said like Ronaldo winning the Euros with Portugal. Same thing. Winning a trophy with a team nobody's expecting to.
I do know when it comes to your country, you kind of don't get a choice. Whereas, like with basketball, he could have gone to a super team. He could have joined the Lakers, linked up with LeBron. He could have done that, and he chose not to.
I respect it.
So I like that. I do like that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna miss the NBA. And on a side note, and it got a bit emotional on the NBA stream. I'm gonna miss them. Obviously, we'll be bringing them back. But I'm legit gonna miss them NBA watch-alongs. Like we had so much fun on there. So much jokes happened. Games were always pretty much. Even if the games were entertaining, something on the stream was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? You got Prime in the comments chasing Gyal, all types of things. Go on with yourself.
I'm just saying that. Remember the finals? Because we didn't have one straight after the other. I told you I can send you those breathing exercises. Like anxiety, for separation anxiety. Stuff like that. We can send you recorded messages. The daily if you want us to. Stuff like that.
I'll have to just go back and watch him. I'm saying I'll have to go back and watch him.
If anyone wants to watch it, Harris's the 76ers.
Was it game 5? Yeah, there's a playlist.
I've seen that still.
Yeah, so there's an NBA Finals playlist and there's an NBA playoffs playlist. Go to the NBA playoffs playlist. Look for the Atlanta Hawks versus Philadelphia 76ers game 5, I think it was, and just go to Harris's meltdown. Yes.
Ryan, I saw you in the comment section as well.
Look at this guy. This guy. And Sasha says, large up Sasha, she says the tennis debate was like two arguing parents and the rest of the panel were like the kids caught in the middle who just couldn't intervene. Nah, it was two brothers arguing. That's my little bro in it. You know, like your little brothers, and sometimes they just chat shit and you're like, all right, you won't get it today. I just had time. Normally I ignore Ryan in it. You know what I'm saying? When he's on, because 99% of the time his footballing knowledge, like even whether I agree or disagree with his opinion, I understand where he's coming from. Like the whole Salah situation, I say it all the time. I understand where Ryan's coming from. Do I think he's harsh on Salah? Yes. But I understand the base of his argument. Yeah. But then when you turn around and say, Federer's not in the conversation, it's like, nah, I'm not having that. And then he can't back it up. It's like, no, I got time today. Nah, we're not having that. The Salah one makes sense.
Behave.
Yeah,
Babs is getting shameless in the comments.
Shameless.
Ryan.
Keep that spot warm for Europe's finest.
Ryan stood his ground. He wasn't having it. Ryan stood his ground.
Yeah.
I actually like the NBA watch-alongs. Do you remember that one I came on drunk?
I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, you was waved all up in the camera and that. Like it was.
Do you know the one where we all came on drunk?
Which one was that?
It was. I think it was after the England-Germany game. We're all at Lambs.
Oh yeah, you lot were all mashup. Yeah.
Oh man.
I was proper trying to get into the game, but I was just so fucked. I couldn't even get into it.
Lewis is sitting behind Father.
I had about 6 hours of fucking alcohol and James Christensen agenda. I was done for the night.
He looked like he was waiting at a minicab office.
Yeah, he did look like he was waiting at.
No, I was dead ass waiting for first trains. I was just sitting there like,
I know, that's what I mean. So
can't be asked to roll a zoo. Can't be asked to get up. Can't even sleep. Just done out.
Mad. I hear that. And yeah, you're right, Eddie says Giannis at a young age was selling sunglasses on the streets of Greece to now finals MVP. Crazy. Yeah, man. 100%. You love to see them like them type of stories.
Did you see what Kobe said to him?
What did he say?
He said something about he wants him to become the MVP. And then he said, next up, championship. And he's done that now. I love stuff like that.
Fully deserved as well, man. Yeah.
Content.
Yeah, because I enjoyed it. And yeah, speaking of basketball as well, people, we will be bringing you courtside commentary, which will cover trade rumors, trades, and you'll also get watch-alongs as well during the regular season, but we'll be selective games. So we'll pick selective games, 1 or 2 a week, and that'll probably be going down on the Twitch. You lot, make sure you follow and subscribe on the Twitch as well. We went over 200 followers. That's where the Manchester United preseason friendly watch-alongs will be going on. The Olympics basketball will be going on there. Cricket watch along will be going on there as well. The Gold Cup, so we do covering Jamaica, USA, Mexico will all be going on the Twitch. Twitch has its own schedule outside of the YouTube. So you got Sarcasm City TV YouTube, which has its own content, and now the Sarcasm City TV Twitch has its own content as well, people. So it's separated. So more content. You lot just enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And continue to support. Like much appreciated. Continue to get your questions in. We are going to close out the show probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, people. Dio says, Flawless, do you think Varane is better than Thiago Silva and Van Dijk? No. But do I think he can reach a level? And do I believe he can have an impact on Manchester United's team that is crazy? Yes. Yep. He's a massive upgrade on what we have. We discussed this on Man United. He's a massive upgrade on what Manchester United currently have.
Overrated.
See that again? See that? You broke up in it because even the Wi-Fi knows you chatting shit. Go on. What did you say? You broke up. Legit. I'm not even lying. Go on. What did you say?
I think he's obviously an upgrade on what you've got, but I think
no. Let's not do that. He's a no. He's a massive upgrade on what we have. He's a massive upgrade. We're not doing that.
Shit.
Exactly. So he's a massive upgrade.
I mean, on Lindelof, really?
Yes, on Lindelof.
Lindelof cut 1 in the league.
All right, you take him.
You know what about Varane? I still think. I think you guys, you need like a scumbag in that defense. I think that's what you guys need. You need like like Ramos is a scumbag. You know these guys. The master of the dark arts. Neither Maguire or Varane are that in it. You need one of them. Nope. I think you
But that defender you're talking about don't exist. Who's available? Who? Tell me.
You
Name
need
me.
someone like Chiellini who would,
Chiellini's
Saka
not
got
available,
back
and
and he pulled him back. And
he's 36. So Chiellini's not an option. So name me the options.
I would have got
What
Ramos,
centre-backs are
if
there?
I were you.
At
I would have got
36 years
Ramos.
old, okay.
Yeah, I would have for a couple of years.
Okay, what's Maguire's biggest weakness?
Pace.
Okay, so you're gonna stick him next
Ramos
to a
isn't
36-year-old
experienced, man.
Ramos.
And, I just think Varane's been babysitting.
And you were talking about
Ramos has been babysitting Varane for years. When Varane
You could
doesn't
say
have
that.
Ramos
Well,
next to him, it doesn't
again.
look good.
That's another lie because you haven't seen them consistently play. You've not seen Varane consistently without him, so that's a lie. When has he played
Varane was
consistently without
shaky
him?
in the Euros, and I remember when they played Man City.
Consistently over. You're giving 4 games, a consistent period of time to back that up. When has he played 15 to 20 games without Ramos to back that up over multiple seasons?
Well,
Never
I've
happened.
got a Real
That's your
Madrid friend.
agenda.
He's a friend in it, and I've got a Real Madrid friend, and he says
Forget
Varane
that.
without Ramos is quite shaky.
I'm asking you. You hear me? The question. I'm asking you the question. When have he played to back? You've just made a statement. Now back it up. You said Varane has been babysat by Ramos. So Varane must have played without Ramos over a consistent period of time for you to make that. So when did that happen?
I remember
He's
when
been
they
there
played
10
Man
years.
City in the Champions
That's
League.
not a consistent. So 2 games is a consistent period of time.
Also in the Euros without him, he looks crap.
Okay, so so that's 4 games. So that's a consistent period of time. Diaz looked bad. He's still the second best defender in the league, so that's not a consistent period of time.
Diaz is better than him.
No, I'm just
though.
saying. No. That's so 4 games is a consistent period of time. This is my point. Just say you think that's what you think's gonna happen and then keep it moving. It's never happened. Answer the question. When has Varane played without Ramos over a consistent period of time to back up your point?
Over a long consistent period of
So
time.
then it's nonsense then because anybody can have bad games. I've seen Ramos have bad games. I've seen Varane have bad games. I've seen Van Dijk have bad games. I've seen Chiellini get spammed by Morata. It happens.
I've seen Christensen get spammed by fucking Jesus.
I've seen Christensen get spammed by Jesus. I've seen Chiellini get spammed by. You're talking about the Euros and signing Chiellini. Well, Chiellini being an option. Where was this dark arts when he was getting spammed by Morata?
I wasn't saying Chiellini was an option. I was saying you could do with the defender in that sort of mold.
Yeah, 100%. And he is a defender in that sort of mold. And what did that get them in that situation? Like I say, your Varane agenda stinks, and that's why I press you on it because it's based off of nothing. Just say that's what you think and it's cool because Varane hasn't played without Ramos over a consistent period of time for that to be true. I'm not talking 4 games or 2 Champions League games against Manchester City. I'm saying a 20-game period. Give me a full season. And then I'd be like, you know what? Cool. I've not seen Varane. As far as I know, they've pretty much both been fit for the past 10 years.
I don't think Ramos gets injured too much. It's more he gets suspended, isn't it?
All right, so 18, 19. But if you go and look at their appearances. We can all do that now. Go pull up their appearances in La Liga, and they're pretty much similar. Show me a season where Ramos has played under 20 games.
Bad, though. I've not said he's a bad defender. I think
you didn't say he was bad. I never said that.
Overrated.
No. What I'm saying is you think he's overrated, but that's based off of nothing. That's based off something that we haven't seen.
When I watch him play, I don't see like an amazing centre. Even when he's next to Ramos, I don't see an amazing centre back there. To be fair, I still think you can get.
To be honest, you'd have to just see how he's doing it. We don't know how he's going to do in the Premier. We don't know. He could be really good. He could be really bad.
Ryan said that, I'm cool. If Ryan said that, I'd be like, cool. Is this he's been babysit by Varane when we haven't seen him with? He's been babysit by Ramos and we haven't seen him without Ramos. So how can we say that?
To be fair, like in that City game, a lot of people talk about the City game and Gabby because Gabby had him, on strings. But the thing is, that game, Ramos. I think Ramos played the first leg, but he didn't play the second.
He didn't play second leg.
Yeah, he got sent off, and he wasn't good either. But it doesn't mean that Ramos is not a good centre back. He just had a poor game. Do you know what I mean? But we've seen that with pretty much everyone. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And he fits what he had. It could go wrong, but he's a massive upgrade. Like I said, I just don't like the argument because there's nothing to back it up. That's my point.
You know what I would say about him as well? Is he's been playing a very, very long time. So he is going to decline. You know what I mean? Because he's been playing for the longest amount of time. So it might be that he's on the decline, and that's why we're seeing more of these sort of performances. So I don't know. He might, like I said, the Premier League. He might come to the Premier League. It might be a bit quick for a minute because Spain's a little bit slower.
Like I said,
I know Otamendi was one of the best defenders.
No, he is very quick, but he has lost a yard of pace recently.
Yeah, there is issue. Like I said, definitely with what's it called? What I would say is is he perfect for what United need? No, but that centre back don't exist.
Yeah,
because we need a physical defender. Yes, who's a leader. Yes, but we also need pace. Unless there's that center, I don't know where that centre back is. So I'm looking at it like, is he better than what we have? Yes. Is he quick? Maguire's biggest deficiency is pace. Can Varane get across? Yes, 100%. It could go wrong in that. And Raphael G, I wasn't comparing Varane to Chiellini, so you missed my point. That's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is every defender makes mistakes.
Yeah.
We see Morata spin Chiellini in the Euros. These things happen. Christensen got spanned by Jesus. I've seen Vidic get spanned by Carlton Cole. These things happen.
Yeah.
Carlton Cole, you know what? Chelsea.
I've seen these things happen.
Actually, no, to be honest, I've seen Vidic get spun by Bearman though.
But that's the problem though, because with like football Twitter nowadays, like if you have one bad game, you're a bad player. Like people will watch a game and be like, I'm seeing it a lot with like Diaz, for example. Obviously, he's in the early stages, and for me, like his age is a big factor as well because people are saying like he's overrated, he's this, he's that. Like a lot of centre backs don't really peak till their late 20s, so mid to late 20s. So we probably haven't seen Diaz at his best. Diaz probably isn't in his prime yet.
You know what,
I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, just saying, like people will look at things like, oh well, he's shit, and then you say why, and it's like, oh, the Champions League final. It's like that is one game. Do you know what I mean? We didn't lose a game before that. We hardly conceded. I think we conceded 4 goals in the whole competition before that final. So it's like, or 5. I think it was 5, something like that. So it's like, just because he wasn't the best in the final, I don't think he was the worst either. I think everyone was pretty poor.
Some defenders just have that player, though.
You know what I mean? I still don't think you can say he's shit because he lost one game. I don't like that.
No, I think it's with Ruben Diaz.
Because you're looking at one game, you can out the 7-2 against Aston Villa and say that Van Dijk's shit. Well, Van Dijk's not shit. He just had a bad game. Do you know what I mean? So
no, but the thing is with Diaz is that the reason why I get onto him, I think Diaz is quality, don't get me wrong, and he has had a big impact on your team, but I think he's overrated when people are already comparing him to Van Dijk and these things. You get what I mean?
No,
and
the reason why he's compared to Van Dijk is because Van Dijk came into Liverpool and transformed Liverpool, and
no,
Diaz
but people already say he's as good as Van Dijk and better than Van Dijk. Like,
you know, rival fans do that to wind up Liverpool.
Yeah, of course they do. This is the thing.
But some of your fan base say
Van
Dijk's the best.
I know our fan base is deleted. Yeah,
I know you haven't, but
in history and all that. Yeah.
When even rival fans go, oh no, Diaz is better than Van Dijk. There's more than a little bit of winding Liverpool fans up.
The problem is, you know what it is with Diaz, though? I do think the Pep system helps him out a bit as well. Helps him out a lot. Like, and you've seen that.
Well, similar to
Portugal,
back to your point with Ramos being next to Varane. Of course, Ramos is going to make Varane. Who's not going to look better playing next to Ramos? He's going. Of course, he's going to help. That's the whole point of adding quality. And just to get to this, Raphael G says Varane is definitely overrated. The hype he got at the age of 19, he hasn't lived up to that. What else was he supposed to do? What has he not done at Real Madrid that he was supposed to do?
It's won 4 European Cups, right?
Just the 4, isn't it?
And a World Cup.
Just the 4.
CR7 tax.
He's won a World
just the
Cup
4
as well.
Man's won more European Cups than the entire in the capital of this country. What are you like? So what has he not done?
Arsenal and Tottenham tax.
Yeah. What has he not
We did
done?
our job.
I say North London then. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. We're on with that.
Like what? This is what I don't like is stuff like this. He's not lived up to that. What was he supposed to do that he didn't? You might should just say, right, I don't like players and just keep it moving in it. I'm honest with it. When I don't like a player, I'll say. and we keep.
Oh no,
You
it's
know
just
my
because
agenda's clear.
Varane joining United because now agenda has to run.
Well, it's like, but
So
the thing
he's
is,
not an amazing.
you'll say
What?
that though, Lewis. You'll say that though, and I know you anyway. But you'll say that, yeah, I'm running. You said it about Sancho before he signed. Or
Yes,
is it
now he's joined
Downing?
Kennington Stuart Downing. Here's what it
Yeah.
is.
You let me know what it is. I don't get what he wasn't supposed to do. And this is why I like I say, people, like, we can all have opinions. All I ask of people is to back things up in it, and I give everyone a space for that in the comments. So it's
I
kind of
think
like,
people
yeah,
just say he's overrated because he was in a great Madrid side, but people will say he wasn't the best defender in there.
and
But,
that's
like,
not even
he's still
Ramos'
class. Like,
quality.
people, yeah, Ramos's quality, Varane's quality still. Does he have the same leadership? Not really sure. I don't really know how he's going to fare being in the back four by himself with because Harry Maguire ain't really the same sort of leader as Sergio Ramos, but he's still going to upgrade the side. Like, can't even sugarcoat that. He's going to upgrade Man United.
I'm
It is what it is.
An upgrade, 100%.
Except on Lindelof. Lindelof's class. I said the Kennington pennant, bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know, rather than that. How is it an agenda at the age of 19 for Ramos touted to be the outright best centre back in the world? Has he become that? Do you even remember Flawless? Yes, I do remember he's touted. What has he not delivered? So because he's not the number one centre back in the world, it's an issue.
That was overrating Varane. Man, I said
so
at
because,
19 he was going to be the best centre back in the world. That's on you.
Okay, yeah, because I never said that. And two, he's one of the best centre backs in the world and has been. He's been up there. Since he went, people forget he went?
He's experienced to be one of the best.
He went to Madrid and displaced Pepe at points.
Yeah, he did.
This. He displaced Pepe. What are we talking about here? He went there and is one and has been one of the best centre backs in Europe. I don't know what you are talking
about that. Pepe is still balling out at this age. Varane just sat him on the bench.
Did you say brawling?
So yes,
he's brawling.
Did I say brawling? Oh, for fuck's sake.
So what are we talking about? Yes, he has. To me, he has lived up to the hype because he's went there and been a mainstay. That's what he was supposed to do. How many players have we seen go to Real Madrid and fail? Ample, so many. But he's still there 10 years later.
Yeah, our star boy.
We've seen Hazard, one of the best, to get me, attacking players in the Premier League of recent times, go there and flop. I've seen Arjen Robben go there, Van Nistelrooy, Beckham. So many. So what are we talking about? So yeah, to me, he did stand up to that. But if he wasn't the best, outright best centre back to you, then maybe he didn't. Raphael, I don't know. Yeah, the Varane agenda stinks.
But that's the thing, though, because this is why. Like, if there's a good player, so say for example, you're looking at Mbappe. Obviously, Mbappe is quite close to completing football. You know, in terms of the basic trophies that you need to win in it. So it's one of them things where, because he's done that so young, the expectation is for him to either maintain it or get better. So chances are, you know, he will maintain it. But if he doesn't, people will kind of go too far the other way and start saying, oh, he's shit because he didn't do what he was meant to do. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like sometimes you can't win in these arguments. Do you know what I mean? Because whenever a player is said, this player is going to be good, all of a sudden it's they're overhyped, they're overrated, they're over this. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, sometimes like people, obviously, you're going to go from what you think is going to happen. So if a player comes through your academy and starts scoring 20 goals, 20 goals in his first season, 25 in the season after, you're expecting him to be a top striker in the league. It might be that after the third season, he falls off and he only gets 5. Yeah. But what you're expecting is different to potentially what you get. We saw it with Martial. When he joined Man United, he was seen as possibly the next Henry. And it's not really worked out like that. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think... I don't really think it's overrating if they're doing well in that moment. Do you know what I mean? It's only overrating when you say they are the best when they're not. Do you know what I mean? And
he might not.
But people do get overrated. Then
he is one of the best, though. He has been one of the best, and still is one of the best centre backs. If he comes to the Premier League, he's top 5.
Yeah,
he's top 5.
He is.
Yeah. So he's one of the best. If he goes to any league, he's top 5.
Yeah.
You can argue he's top 5 in Europe now and has been top 5
get
for
overrated in
however long years. Go on.
People get
Go on.
overrated and not rating someone always mixed up. It's like when you say someone's overrated, it's like, oh, so you think he's shit? It's like, no, you can
That's a
be
fair point.
overrated and still be very good. Like, I always use KDB as an example. I rate KDB, he's world class. Like, I rate him highly, but I think he's over. I think people do overrate him at times when they put him into certain conversations. I don't think he belongs in. Doesn't mean I think he's a bad player. He's a very good player.
Nah, he's just
I
the
just
best
think
player
people
in the
go
league, innit?
overboard
So
with him.
you should put some respect on the best player in the league, innit?
No, like I said,
all I'm
there we go. There we go. I'm putting respect on KDB, but then people
I'm not
overrate him at the
overrated
same
though.
time.
I'm just going off what I've seen for the past however many years.
Do
So
I think he's the best player in the Premier League? No. But that doesn't mean I
So
don't
who's
rate
better than
him.
him? Who's
And let
better
me get to this, just to get, because Rafa G says just because I'm criticizing a player, apparently it's an agenda. Overrated doesn't mean shit. Mbappe is up. No, you said what's he done? You said what's he done? That was the question, the answer to the question. So my question to you, Raphael, is what more could have Varane done at Real Madrid?
Okay. So people are talking about what have they done? What has Pogba done in the Premier League to make him better than De Bruyne? Please let me know.
You
Please
lot
let me
gonna
know.
go with this again.
Let me know in the comments, innit?
Yeah, gee. Oh, I thought it was like Ryan. My bad. I apologize, Ryan. I thought I was named like you in it. Yeah.
Nah,
You
because
lot can answer
people
back.
are saying
Yeah,
what's
I hear you.
Varane done, but when it comes to Pogba, it's oh no, he's just the best player.
Mhm.
Don't need nothing to back it up, no trophies,
Well,
no.
I just want to know. So it definitely is
None
an
of that.
agenda, Raphael, because you said you asked the question and said, what has he done?
Yeah.
Has he lived up to it at Real Madrid? My answer to that is yes. If the only thing against him is that he wasn't outright the best centre back in the world, I'll take that. If that's the only black mark on your record is that you were number one in your position at any point, I'll take that. Well, tell me what else you could have done.
Your opinion as a Man United fan to be that Pogba is better than De Bruyne, but I'm just saying when it comes down to it, and you ask the footballers, and you ask the journalists, and you ask the fans, and you ask everyone, it's not the case. So, and when you look at trophies,
You know what it is? It's like,
individual awards, everything, there's nothing. So talent-wise, you can argue that he's better, but a better player is not on paper. I don't need to read a book to find out who's the best. I want to see it. I want to every season. He's the best player because he's led us to this. We could get Harry Kane in. Harry Kane could be fantastic for Man City, but if Man City win fuck all, is it worth buying him? Do you know what I mean? He could be a better player than Aguero, but Aguero's won us the league. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to think about these things because footballers don't play for fun. Like, I go to football for entertainment. Pogba's not playing for Man United for entertainment. It's a job, and he's there to win trophies. You don't join Man United to go trophyless. You join Man United to win trophies. Yeah. And I'm not talking about Europa League.
I get your point.
He joined Man United to win the Europa League. He joined Man United to win the Premier League and to win the Champions League, and he hasn't done that. So therefore, how is he the best player in the world? You can say
I think KDB hasn't won the Champions League.
No, he came to Man City to win the Premier League and the Champions League. Yes, he's not won the Champions League. He has won the Premier League. Do you know
he's done that?
Didn't win the Champions League
won the World Cup
before he came either. Do you know what I mean?
This context, it's a context thing, 100%.
Yeah.
This needs to be an FC thing, to be honest.
Flawless, I thought you said you don't think...
It's like, though, in basketball, because in basketball, for example, if you say this player is the best in the league, they're going to ask how many rings he has. That will be the question. No one with no rings. They might say he's the best player in terms of talent, but he's not going to be rated above people that have got rings. Do you know what I mean? Like that Giannis guy, he will now go up in terms of estimation because not only is he a good player, he's now got a ring to back it up.
Yeah.
So when it's for sports, people, you're talking about tennis, how many titles they've won. You wouldn't say a tennis player was the best if they never won.
That's the difference. Yeah, the difference is though it's an individual sport. I get what you're saying. It's an individual sport, the tennis, so it's kind of different.
Yeah, well,
with the Bruyne thing, it's different. With the basketball thing, what people will say, which is very similar to football, is they need the pieces around it. People have already said Pogba's not the problem at Manchester United. People don't look at the United squad and go,
but I'm
not
discrediting Pogba.
Yeah, no, you.
I'm just saying. You can't tell me that the best player in the league has never won it. You can't say that. Like, for me...
Well, people say Steven Gerrard was the best player.
Yeah, so he's saying Man United fans, saying Pogba's the best player, will then say that Gerrard's not the best because he's not won it. You can't have both.
Yeah, but people say Gerrard. I don't think Gerrard. I don't think
the
Gerrard
difference
was
is
the
though.
best, but people say
What
it, and he
yeah,
never
what we're
won it.
mixing up here is with just raw talent, just talent alone,
Yeah,
and
it's different.
Bear
consistency
in mind that
and
Gerrard was
teams
to blame
and
for
stuff
us not
like that.
winning it as well.
Yeah.
There's different sides to it, and it's not one blanket thing. Is Kevin De Bruyne a better? Do I think Kevin De Bruyne is a better player than Paul Pogba? No. But if someone tells me De Bruyne, if someone argues it the other way, then I'd be like, yeah, because De Bruyne is more consistent because he has a much better platform
Much
to
better team and
perform
manager. Yeah.
from. But because I think if you put De Bruyne in any player, any top player, pick one.
I think
in
if you
United's
swap
team, you're not
Pogba
winning
and
the
De
league.
Bruyne,
You're not winning the league. Any top player is not winning the league in our team. Not one. Whoever you want it, you can take whatever player you want from City, Liverpool, Chelsea, whatever. No, they're not. And that's not a shot at them.
The reason why I think
Pogba's... Go on.
The reason why I think Pogba's better than KDB is I think if you put Pogba in City's team under Pep, I think he does more than KDB. And I think if you put KDB in Man United's team under Ollie, I think he does less than Pogba.
Nah, I don't think so. Because if you watch him for Wolfsburg, he was killing it for Wolfsburg.
Did he play in the City? Did he play? Where did he play for Wolfsburg? Wait. Hold up. Where does he play for Wolfsburg? Where did he play for Wolfsburg?
He was, I think he was centre attacking. He was.
So he's like an 8/10.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, any attacking midfielder is suffering in a 6. That's what I is, and that's not a shot at De Bruyne. That's more a shot at my team, and that's the case. But let me get to this. Harris says, yeah. Honest, I thought you said you don't think we'll sign Varane. You reckon he's coming?
Yeah, Harris, you are better than Wolfsburg.
No, I'm not convinced that I'm not convinced Varane is coming. It was just a part of the conversation. Like it was asked, it came up, so it's kind of like that's what my answer. Do I believe it happens? No. Do I want it to? Yes, but I don't believe it happens. No.
Well, what Jan was saying about how can you be the best player in the league?
Ask your question, my guy, Jamal. Go on, last point on it. Go on, Ryan. Well, yeah, ask your question.
Yeah,
Jamal.
like what Jan was saying about how can you be the best player in the league but not win the league? But people make the case for Gerrard all the time, even though I never won the league. I'm bearing in mind Gerrard was to blame.
Suarez.
Gerrard was to blame for us not winning the league.
Yeah, let's not forget Suarez.
Yeah, but Gerrard was to blame for us not winning the league as well.
That's not solely on him. That's harsh. It wasn't solely on him. It wasn't solely on him.
No, Gerrard was to blame. But
the thing is, what people confuse, what I'm saying is, like, for me, to be the best doesn't just say, okay, on paper, I'm the best. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we've seen ballers before where they are absolute ballers, but their career doesn't work out. They don't go down as one of the greats. Because you're not going to look at someone and say, oh my God, guess what? This player had so much talent. Okay, what did they do with the talent? Oh, well, they didn't really do much. Like, they're not going to go. I'm not saying they're not going to be a good player. You might remember them, but they're not going down as one of the greats. And that's just the way it is. It's like when they say.
Kane's going down as one of the greats.
Yeah.
There's multiple people. That's not the case. Gerrard's going down as one of the greats. Torres, Xavi Alonso, Mascherano. As much as it pains me to admit, Carragher's going in there. Suarez is going in there.
I wouldn't say that Kane has not. I wouldn't say that Kane has not displayed his talent. He has. He's one of the top goal scorers of all time.
He'll probably and Kane will win the Premier League.
I'm not talking about Harry Kane. I'm talking about people that are expected to do well. And don't. It's like Robinho came to Man City. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's this great player." He didn't do much, so he's not really going to be remembered at Man City.
No, but Pogba's still had a very good career.
You know I mean?
He's had a good. He's not lived up to expectation. He's not lived up to expectation. He's not lived up to expectation at Manchester United, but he has been good. Not good enough, but he hasn't been bad. You know what I'm saying? The trophies and the games we've won is due to him. The trophies we've won in large parts is due to him.
Think, for me, I rate Pogba, so I don't expect a player that I rate to be doing what Pogba's doing. Do you know what I mean? I expect this better
so
from
much
him.
context
When he went to Man United, I was like,
so much context.
But there's no player that has been played out of position more than him.
Yeah, I know, but that's up to the player to think Man United's not working for me.
Yeah, he needs to dip. On him.
Like, I agree with that's on him. Yeah. You can't stay at a club and blame the club. Like, you have a choice now. He's got a choice now. Does he stay at Man United and hope for the best? Or does he leave? If
I agree with you on that.
He would leave. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not. The thing is, when I say this, everyone thinks that I'm saying Pogba's shit. I'm not. I rate Pogba highly. If I didn't, I'd be saying he's doing what I expect. I don't think he's not doing what I expected. I wanted Pogba when he came back to the Prem because I was like, he would do bit for Man City. So when he came back, I was like, oh shit, he's gone to Man United. But the fact is, him being at Man United has not affected Man City in the slightest. It's not affected us at all. So it's one of them things. I think I don't know. I think it's just one of them things. I think in terms of the Champions League, Daniel, like R9 doesn't have one, Buffon doesn't have one.
Ibra doesn't have one, Ibrahimovic.
Do you know what I mean? What'd you say?
Yeah, it's cool.
Ibrahimovic doesn't have one.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that don't.
Van Nistelrooy, he doesn't have one.
Wait. Side note off of this. Is Zlatan Ibrahimovic the biggest false image in football?
You could argue he's one of them.
Is it?
You could argue.
Wait,
you could argue.
You'll know this because this is right down your street because you think so many players are overrated. Who's bigger, Ryan? Who's a bigger false image than Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
You know what it is with him? He's a top player, but I think there's been a lot of strikers this generation that are rate higher than him. I'll say that.
Same. Yeah. Well, he's spoken about in them conversations.
Yeah, exactly. I think the likes of Suarez, Eto'o, all these guys are way better than him for me.
That's my point.
I think Zlatan's a better footballer than Drogba. Like if it was 1-on-1, but Drogba's a bigger legend in this game than Zlatan.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because, well, obviously, but just generally, I think he is as well.
I think I'm not a massive fan of Zlatan, but I do think everywhere he's gone, he's kind of been successful. So he's one of them, innit? But he's just probably. You would expect him to have kind of the teams that he's played for. You would have probably expected him to win the Champions League just based on the sort of size of the clubs that he's been to.
I mean, to be fair, he left.
Miss it every time, innit? So it's one of them.
I don't think this is a unpopular opinion. What Nippon said, I don't think that's unpopular. I think that's right. I think Rooney is
it's the way. And when I'm saying this, people, the reason why I said Zlatan is because I'm not saying I don't rate him. I rate him highly, but the way he's spoken about is like he's one of the. He's spoken about to me like he's Brazilian Ronaldo, and I don't see it. But he's spoken about in that type of godlike.
Yeah, but I think he puts himself in that conversation.
No, he does that. But what I'm saying is he does that not on the pitch. It's a not on the pitch thing. Where is then someone's gonna pop up in the comments and be like,
do you think if he'd have stayed at one club and been like a legend for that club,
maybe where's his
helped him?
Where's his iconic?
I think if he'd have just gone to less clubs, I think if he'd have played for 2 or 3.
Where's his? And when I say that, people, where's his iconic moments? Not great moments. I'm talking about where's his iconic moments?
The only iconic moment
you have to see that is the one against England.
Yeah, I'd say that's
the overhead. Yeah.
Was that not friendly?
It was.
I think that was a friendly or qualifier or something.
The new Sweden national stadium, I think.
This is my like people
that's
talk
the goal
like,
that I remember when I think.
Maybe I'm trying to because I'm fleshing this thought out on here, people. What I'm asking is he's put on that godlike pedestal like a Ronaldinho or a Ronaldo. Them man had moments. Where's Zlatan's Ronaldo's moment? Where is his Ronaldinho moment? Like because Ronaldo and Ronaldinho, they're in a whole other bracket.
I don't think Zlatan's in the class, but I don't think Zlatan's even the Suarez and Eto'o kind of levels either. I think they're better than him.
Eto'o won like everything.
Eto'o. I like Suarez, but Eto'o.
I have to make sure I don't miss that as well. Jamal, I will answer your question.
I put it in the chat, but I'll say it anyway. So with a striker title challenge, without a striker, second to fourth.
Guild saying it's that goal where he twisted bare players at Ajax, and all of the strikers we've mentioned, whether it's Eto'o, whether it's Rooney, Ibrahimovic, have them. But he's spoken. I know he speaks about himself.
Yeah, he's put in a higher.
I speak about myself as godlike, but I'm talking about on the pitch.
Yeah,
what has he done to elevate to that status? Is what I'm asking.
And I think, do you know what it is as well? It's the position that he plays in as well, because like we've seen it with midfielders. Because they might not have any iconic games or moments because they might just be consistently controlling play.
David Silva.
Like David Silva is an example of that, you know. A lot of them sort of players, a lot of them sort of midfield players where they don't really do too much, do you know what I mean? Yeah, like they don't have that goal that you're like, wow, that. Like, don't get me wrong, they have good goals and stuff like that, but it's like
Those
just
midfielders are mad
they're not remembered
underappreciated,
as
though.
much.
They're
Yeah, but
underappreciated.
when it's a striker, it's like it's the goals that you memorize. Like, you know, that Aguero goal will never be forgotten. It's not his best goal. He's had much better goals than that. But because of what it meant, that goal will be remembered. Do you know what I mean?
But
Any
people
sort
look
of
at Mo.
Champions League final goals in the last minutes, them sort of things, they're remembered. So it's one of them. I think that's probably why Zlatan's not. If he had won the Champions League and he had scored in the final, that would be that. You know, that would be his.
He doesn't have any Champions League knockout moments. I can't remember.
That's probably it. You know, that's probably it. And he's been at enough clubs, and yes, Ronaldo hadn't won the champ. But he, not only did Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, I'm talking to people, have Champions League moments. He's also his league moments are cold, and he won a World Cup, and he's just one of the best strikers that I've ever seen. He's the best 9.
Hat-trick against
Old Trafford, yes. Like clapped. You know what you have to do to get clapped off at Old Trafford, people.
Exactly.
They don't even like clapping some of our own players. You know what I'm saying? And that. So to clap him up, and I remember that game. Ridiculous. I was a kid watching it. Ronaldo when he scored the hat-trick at OT for Real Madrid.
That's a standout moment.
Yes. It's like, where's Ibras? And you've been in enough Champions League games to deliver. Whether it's United, whether it's PSG, you've been at AC Inter,
Juventus,
Barcelona, who got better after you left.
That's what I'm saying. He's not been going to. It's not like he's gone from West Brom to West Ham.
I know to a Liverpool or something like that, and then back to
Sevilla. Like, he's been at clubs that are challenging for these trophies.
Yeah, but there's I know he scored a few bangers in like the group stages, but he's not done anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And MN says there, you need either. Sorry to cut you off when it says you need either a World Cup or Champions League. I get that. And maybe I'm not being harsh. I rate Zlatan highly. I think he's a baller. Like, don't get me mistaken. There was a time where I legit thought he was overrated, and he's changed my mind on that. I think when he was at Barcelona. I think one of his stints at Barcelona, I'm like, this guy is hella overrated. Because who butchered him? It was on TV. I think it was Martin O'Neill.
It was when he was
who absolutely slaughtered Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And he said that no wonder Larsson's retiring. He's been doing his running. But obviously, they played in the Swedish team together, etc. And I understood where he was coming from. He managed Larsson and that. And then I realized that I was like, nah, like, he changed my mind on that.
You know what's crazy about Zlatan, though? He left Inter Milan to go to Barcelona, who just won the Champions League.
Yes.
And Barcelona lost the Champions League, and Inter won the Champions League, and then he just where did he go after that?
Eto went the other way.
Eto went the other way. When the Champions League
there was a stat. One sec, Jan. There was a stat up until recently that every team he left won the Champions League like a year after. So clearly,
except for United.
And PSG the problem. Yeah. But you know what though? This is the thing as well, because it's like, this is why it's risky. Because when people say, "Oh, I'm going to go there to this club to win the Champions League," like, unless it's Real Madrid about 4 years ago, you're not really. There's no club that you can look at and say they are definitely going to win.
Philip Coutinho did. Philip Coutinho left Liverpool to go win the Champions League, and we won it before him.
Yeah. Eden Hazard.
But that's what can happen though. That's why I don't agree, because when Leroy Sané left Man City, he said, "I'm going to a team that can win the Champions League," and then City got further than Bayern Munich. And I'm not being funny, but if he was in the squad, we would have had a bloody better chance as well. So it's just
bloody better chance. The Northerner in it came out. I love that. We had a bloody better chance. Love that.
We would have. You know what? I loved Sané, because Sané was definitely a big game player.
Sané was so good.
When you need him in a big game, he was there.
See, look, Evan says it here. Yo, Jamal, man, I will get to your question. Don't worry in it. Just write it again if you're still in there. We said this MN says we won the Champions League in 08-09. He joined in 09-010, left the same year, and we won it in 10-11.
Yeah, and the club he left, Inter, won the Champions League in 9-10.
Yeah.
This is why you should have just kept his ass at the same club, innit?
No, because they wouldn't have won it with him. Sometimes if you got
and again,
he went into a false 9, didn't he?
Yeah.
Again,
I think.
Again, people, I'm not slandering Zlatan. What I'm saying is, I don't understand the godlike he gets. The godlike people. Very few get godlike. Ronaldinho,
He's seen as an
Ronaldo, we're
icon,
talking.
isn't he?
I don't even put Suarez and Eto'o in godlike icon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why, like, there's many great players, world-class players, but I wouldn't put Eto'o or Suarez in godlike. Andy Cole, my favorite United striker ever. I wouldn't put him in godlike. Van Persie, I wouldn't put him godlike. Like, there's levels to this. Godlike people, like, there's very few.
Yeah, I guess it's lacking substance, isn't it? It's like having you think someone's made a great pie, but then not put the meat in the middle of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's sort of like Zlatan. He's got a great, the
aura's gold.
Zlatan's a great headline. He'll grab the headline, but the story's bullshit underneath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you saying to an extent.
Yeah, because you know what though, they do say though, like if you're say for example you're like you go into a room and you say like you think you're the best looking person in the room, or you walked into a room and said I'm the best looking person in this room, even though it sounds wild, people actually believe.
Look, you know what, Ryan, you're fifth on this panel, and there's only 4 of us. You lose to us 3 in the comments. Go on, yeah.
But like people actually, some people will be taken aback and go, "Whoa, no, you're chatting shit." But some people actually start to believe what you're actually saying. And I don't know whether with Zlatan, because he thinks he's godlike, whether people kind of just go along with it. And obviously, he is a quality bowler, and he's been at the best teams. So maybe it's like a bit of both. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to get to this. Jan just made an absolutely fantastic point, which is crazy. And this is why this goes back into what we were talking about on the 3K party.
Yeah.
How you carry yourself is how people perceive you. Because you said there, because he calls himself godlike, that's put him in this conversation.
Yeah.
If Ryan calls himself good looking, now he's going to be like, people are going to know he thinks he's good looking. So someone's going to pop up in the chat and be like, someone's going to pop up and go, Ryan, yeah, you are 40. Like, confidence brings, like, people treat you how you treat yourself. Yeah, it's facts. It's facts.
There's literally girls that will be like, I'm the best looking girl in this room. And the amount of guys that will be like, she's the best looking girl in that room. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. My mum taught me that because my mum was a model. And she said that's what people used to do. They used to go in and be like, I'm the best person for this job. And they get it.
Confidence.
I'm the best looking in this room. They get it. Trust me. It's mad.
Yeah. It's because he calls himself a god and a lion and all that he's in it. But then when you actually look, again, back to Winter Surfer making a great point, grabbing the headlines, when you look at the story behind it, what's godlike about your career? Bear in mind what I'm saying there, people. Godlike. What is godlike about Zlatan's career? League titles you can put up there, yes, because he's won multiple league titles across all. But does that put you in a godlike?
It's an old thing. It's the saying, isn't it? It's like from the Wizard of Oz. It's like the wizard behind the curtain. You know what I mean? It's like it's a great portrayal, but who's really behind it? When you look at Zlatan's career, you'll see some of the goals he scored, and you'll go, "Wow!" But then if you delve deep, you go, "What did those goals actually mean?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What did they turn into in his career? Do you know what I mean? Because he's got some bangers when he's at PSG, but to some people, the French titles don't stack up, do they? Do you know what I mean? It's like, and he's won he's won league titles wherever he's gone, which is great.
Which is credit. You give credit to,
amazing, which is amazing. But I don't remember standouts from those leagues. Fair dues, I didn't watch them all, but like you say, the Sweden goal against England is probably his most famous goal. Ever in his career.
That's it. I was meaning to get onto this as well, and we stumbled across this because I've been meaning to like.
That's the point. Yeah, what he said.
I wanted to get to this. Johan says flawlessly Swedish. No Swedish player has reached his level. That's why we call him a god. I get why because you're in Sweden, Johan. I get that. I understand why the Swedes would call him a god. I understand Sweden. I'm talking about the whole, because for your level, like you said, no players reached that for Sweden. I'm talking the whole footballing world. So I'm talking Europe on the whole. You know what I'm saying? Not actually, because we've been including Ronald. Worldwide football. You know what I'm saying? And I look at his accomplishments. They're exceptional. Put you in a world-class bracket all you want. But again, people, hear what I'm saying. What is godlike? Like somebody else, you lot are making great points as well. Zlatan talks like he's done what Ronaldo or Messi done. Godlike what those two have done.
That's very
Them man are godlike.
Also,
or even if he was putting up the numbers that they were putting up, because I know at one point there was like there used to be like there was Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. think one season was like Suarez or something like that. Or Suarez had a
Suarez
few,
got like
like,
50 odd goals and
yeah,
outscored
so
Messi, I think.
he's up there with them. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Zlatan's never been up there with them in terms of goals.
No, he's never. I've never really. He's
Never been up there.
He's never been favourite for any Ballon d'Or.
No.
Or anything like that. I know it's hard with Messi and Ronaldo in, but not even like everyone's like.
Not even in like top 5 or
I mean,
anything.
Because Lewandowski's a better striker than
Oh,
Zlatan.
of course.
And he's had so many more moments.
Yeah. And what the crazy thing is, I would even put Lewandowski in that godlike. That's the crazy part, but he's better. I think I need to think of the parameters, but for me, godlike, like I just think instantly.
Godlike, because Lewandowski never said he's godlike.
Yeah, that's true. But then the thing is,
godlike, you go,
then I might be a bit more.
Above,
it's a mental thing.
But the thing is, Ronaldinho, Ronaldinho or Ronaldo never said to me, "Yeah, I'm godlike," but I just put them in there, innit?
But they've got hundreds, if not thousands, of moments. You know,
they delivered.
They can have 50 moments in one season.
Yeah, they delivered.
What I mean? It's like Zlatan.
I mean, Ronaldinho's got that iconic goal against Chelsea.
Yes, that goal against Chelsea. Yeah, exactly.
You know what?
Ronaldinho got clapped off at the Bernabeu.
That stands out. People don't, man got clapped in a Barcelona shirt, you know, and they stood and applauded him. Like people don't realize, like that's not like Ronaldo being clapped at Old Trafford, like United, Real Madrid. These are arch rivals. I said this and I say this before. No, I could never be at OT and a Liverpool player plays that well that I clap him off the pitch. I don't care if Salah scores 25 goals. Could you imagine clapping Harry Kane off the pitch at the bridge?
Oh,
do you know? But that's the thing, though. Like,
I would have left.
Because even some City fans were saying, like, you know, about Rashford, because Rashford's done a lot for Manchester, and you want to like him, but it's like he's a Man United player. Right. Like, do you know what I mean? There's no way he would ever get clapped off the pitch or anything like that, because it's like it's Rashford. But obviously, we respect what he's done, and you know, in Manchester, and it was the same with Company for Man United fans, because Company was doing a lot for the homeless in Manchester. Manchester had a massive homeless problem, and Company was, you know, going and, you know, helping them out and taking them off the streets where he could and stuff like that. And a lot of United fans were saying the same thing, like, you know, we actually like Vincent Kompany, but we can't, because he's a City player. There's just, you know, there's certain things that you just can't do. Whereas, like, when Man City obviously weren't very good when we were at, like, Main Road, and Henry used to come and play, he used to get a standing ovation from City fans. I think there was one game where they beat us 4-1, and I think he scored a hat-trick or something, and City fans clapped him off the pitch because he was that good. You know what I mean? And it's one of them things, mate, it wouldn't have happened if it was a Man United player. Obviously, Arsenal and Man City haven't really got any beef. But it's like things like that when you've got them players that you appreciate. But for me, like when they call football the beautiful game, he is the guy who I would associate with that phrase. Do you know what I mean? He was like, so like, it's not really even about his goals. Even if he never scored a goal, it was what he did on the pitch. He was just like, he played football the way you would like to see football.
About iconic moments again, it's like you mentioned Henry. Like Henry has that, like, for example, the goal at the Bernabeu when he like beat their whole team. Do you remember? Like he's got that as well, Thierry Henry. Like, so you know, all these big strikers have these iconic moments in like the Champions League or you know, Europe or in the World Cup or whatever in it. Like Zlatan just doesn't have that.
You don't have to say strikers. There's so many.
Players, yeah, exactly. Attacking players anyway, yeah.
Roberto Carlos has got more standouts than, and I, you know,
the free kick. Never remembers the free kick.
But that goal when he scores from, like, it's not a corner, but he's near
that impossible angle.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? But look, that's just ridiculous. That's one more than Zlatan that we can think of Zlatan, and those goals to Carlos, it mattered. You know what I mean? And
I'm sure even Sergio Ramos has scored. I'm sure didn't he score a winner in the Champions League final against Atletico?
He scored in like 2 Champions League finals. He scored a last-minute equaliser.
Yeah, I think it was Atletico Madrid, and Ramos scored the last-minute goal, didn't he? Ramos, who is not a striker, has that. That's the thing. It's mad. It's mad. It's a bit
See,
mad.
look, man say it's. Let me get to a couple of because people are making great points. Ibrahimovic's brand and persona over his ability and accomplishment as his footballer. And again, I agree, and that's not a shot at his abilities and accomplishments. But again, look at the players we are talking about. I'm going to click this next comment as well. He don't, and this is not a shot at him. He don't belong in this conversation.
Yeah.
I know that's Ryan's line, but look, man here said, godlike players are the players that when you do things, you'll scratch your head and say, how did they do that? For me, Messi, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Zizou, Maradona. Zlatan's not in that bracket. I'm sorry.
It's not even
He's
close.
not in that bracket.
This is what I'm saying. Them sort of players that he's mentioned.
But I don't think many are. I don't think many are in that bracket. There's probably one or two.
That group is a small group.
Very small.
One, two, three, four, five.
There's so many more defenders. There's goalkeepers that stand out than Zlatan. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
but even like I was saying, even the moments, it's like Gerrard. Like, I think Gerrard was a bit overrated, but like he's got the Olympiacos goal. But he's got the commentary. People do remember the commentary for that goal. You know, your beauty and all that. Like, that's an iconic Champions League moment at the end of the day.
He's got the final against Milan as well. So
final against Milan as well, exactly.
He's got, you know, in this country, that's the goal against West Ham in the
in the cup final,
Yeah, I mean, he's got it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Zlatan, I'm serious. You're gonna have to. Zlatan.
Man is saying it.
That goal against England. That's what Zlatan is remembered.
That's it. And that was like a friendly or something.
Yeah, it was.
Because Black Diamond says Ronaldo applauded in Juve when he scored the bicycle kick for Red. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that type of stuff, like, when you see that type of stuff. And Johan saying it, I didn't know about it. He said, is everyone forgetting Zlatan's iconic solo dribble goal at Ajax? I did not. I have to check it out.
I didn't know.
So that's one.
Genuinely.
So that's one.
That's one.
So that's one. And again, like I said, look at the bracket. Someone made the comment earlier, and
that like is not usually
like that bracket. You talking Zidane, Messi, Ronaldo, like R9. That's a tight group. That's very tough to get into. I don't think there's a player currently right now outside Messi and Ronaldo who are still playing that's in there.
But that's because the thing is, even if you say he's got an iconic moment, right? So is Aguero, but Aguero still wouldn't get in that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and that's not shot at Aguero.
Because it's like, if you look at like Messi and Aguero, I love Aguero. Do you know what I mean? He's been the best foreign striker, you know, in terms of what he did, in terms of stats and whatever. And obviously he's got his iconic moment in the Prem, but it's like Messi's not on the same level. Do you know what I mean? He's you know, I'd say a few levels above. Do you know what I mean?
Very
and then you've got like people, you know, you've got other players like Maradona. Like Maradona, I didn't see him play, but we
still know about
very different as well because he didn't have help. Like a lot of these players that are godlike have had at least some assistance from quality players, whereas Maradona didn't have that. So you're talking godlike, like he's probably first in. You know, I love Ronaldinho personally. Yeah. He's my favorite personally. Yeah. But if you're gonna start that bracket, I'd say Maradona's first in.
Right. Fair enough. Johan makes it. This is a great point. Sorry to cut you off on this. One sec, Ryan. He says flawless. I did say he's not a godlike player, but for us, yes, but not as a player. So more off the pitch, and that was my point. Is his PR is godlike. He's an icon in that sense, like PR.
His PR is something else.
When I stripped it back, I'm like, what have you done on the pitch to get in that? Because there's so many players who aren't in that, who are not. Pogba's not getting there.
Look at Dennis Bergkamp.
Yes.
That goal against Argentina in the World Cup '98, where he brings it down, makes the defender.
Ridiculous. I think he's froze.
Yeah, he froze.
When it's for you there, he froze. You back?
No, he's frozen.
He's froze. All right, let me remove him. He should.
Yeah,
be back.
this is the point.
Oh, jeez.
Like
well,
he was doing it. He was doing it.
Yeah.
Like on his own, not on his own, but he was on his own.
It's crazy. But actually, let me get to it. Slent have no idea what you're talking about, but let me shout out all the members of the channel as well. Yeah, we're just leaving that alone, Slent. Keep it PG, my G. Well, big up Johan United, Wayne Molds, Easy 92, Guilt, VJ, Eddie, Give It to Mikey, Slens 44, NB, The Progressions Project, Dan Levitt, Sasha, Davey Fisher, Nelly, Timo, Scott Page, Camps TV, Daniel, Junior Swag King, Taekwon, Nippon, Footy Fantasy, OKW, my boy Deviant, J Socials, Eugene Amagash, Neville B, S Feetly TV, Winter Surfer, who should be joining us back shortly, and of course my two co-hosts on here as well. They are members, and if you want to become a member of the channel, people, link is underneath in the description to get great perks, 3 different levels: Sarcasm Citizen, Sarcasm City Soldier, Sarcasm City General. Many perks, including some you get guest appearance on a show of your choice, guest appearance on a watch along, guest appearance on a Q&A, shout out to the start of certain shows on the Q&A. Your comments take priority like a super chat as well. Link is underneath in the description. And I think Winter Surfer is back as well. And make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. It's road to 4K. We had the 3K party, which was lit. Road to 4K now. Also follow the Twitch. Link is underneath in the description. But go on, Winter Surfer. What are you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, with the Burkham thing, I don't know who even did that thing.
Yo, you sound hella robotic, fam. Sounding robotic now.
You know what? I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go.
Catch up with this Charlie, yeah.
Big up.
See you later.
Big up, man. Big up, Winter Surfer.
That's up. Yeah, large up. You lot, make sure you subscribe to subscribe. Follow Winter Surfer. You can catch him on. Follow my socials at Ask Me Flawless. You can see Jan, Ryan, Winter Surfer, Lewis, Ellen, all of our socials. But yeah, we are going to close out the show.
That comment was about the commentary for the
Burkham.
It sounded like that's what they were saying.
Okay, I didn't even know that. All right, you know what, Slens will end on this question. He says, do you man think it's more difficult to create iconic moments in the league because they forgotten about? No, because if it's an iconic moment, it's an iconic moment. Like no one forgets Bergkamp's goal against Newcastle, and it's against Newcastle. And I'm not even sure if they won the league title, but nobody forgets that goal.
Yeah,
you know
I still don't get how that goal was possible. Like when he did it, I don't get
how I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how he spun the ball one way. He went the other, and then the ball stuck behind.
I don't get how he did it. And he was deliberate. It's not like it was an accident. He did it deliberately.
He did it on purpose. He did it on purpose.
Yeah. Is it Toyota that scored against Chelsea? And it was like out. He was like.
Oh, are you talking about the Cisse goal?
Papi
Cisse. Yeah, Cisse. That's the one.
Yeah.
That goal is one of the best goals.
No, but that you can understand you can understand how he did that. He came off the outside of the front. He swerved in top corner. Bergkamp, I don't know how he managed to do that.
Nah. But that's
recreating it.
Them sorts of goals, like it's just like there's certain ones that you won't. What I would say with the league is obviously if it's your club, you're less likely to forget, certain goals. But and what you think is iconic for your club might not necessarily be viewed as iconic overall. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it just depends.
There's a difference between iconic goals. Like we're talking about Zlatan being a god in Sweden is different for your club and in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
But with that Bergkamp goal, it's like I tried recreating it like a few years ago. I was like, what am I even doing? Like I didn't even know what the fuck to use this shit. Like.
Man spun the ball around one side, managed to spin around the other, and then made the ball stop perfectly. Like, hey, we were talking tennis. Bergkamp might be the GOAT because he put backspin on that. That was ridiculous. Man made the ball spin like a Beyblade, and it was a fluid movement as well. Like you said, he meant it. That was the worst part about it. Well, the best part, I should say. It wasn't an accident.
He actually had the composure to finish it at the end as well.
He finished it. And he brushed man aside.
He just did a mad touch.
It's a wrap. I'm celebrating like that's a goal. Yeah, man. I'm already taking my top off already. I'm celebrating the goal.
I'm just celebrating that touch.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's mad. It's
what
mad.
other goal sick as well?
Go on.
The Henry one where he flicked it up and volleyed it over Barthez.
Cold. That's what I'm saying. Cold.
Arsenal are ballers, Like,
100%.
You laugh at them now, but they ain't fucking ballers, bro.
They did. That's why their fans are so upset because the older fans remember the ballers they had. Like I said, a lot of my
it's a bit peak when it's that way around. Like I, as a City fan, I've had the complete opposite. We've gone from struggling to having ballers. I think it must be so much worse the other way around.
Tell me about
We're not watching your team just being so dominant to then watching them.
Yeah, you're talking to Flawless, aren't you?
That's peak.
Tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got Ryan who's had neither, but here we are.
No, but you know about iconic moments as well. Obviously, you know, we've got the most dramatic moment in Premier League history with the Alisson header, in it. So like
With the what? What header? What was that?
the Alisson header.
With the what? Say that again. What was that? Huh? Egypt.
I liked
That was-
Alisson's assist in the
With the
in
Alisson, you know,
goal Man
the most
City.
The Alisson
dramatic
assist was
moment in
quality
Premier
still.
League history.
Okay, see, that's one of the best assists I've
It was
ever
a good
seen.
assist,
Alisson.
Oh, sure, he got like
Alisson,
2 that day as well. He got 2. That's the worst thing. You did it twice. That's why my voice went high pitched. You did it twice, and they were
fair
close to
play
like
to
3
him, 'cause he got a
minutes.
goal and he got a goal and what is it? 2 assists or 1?
Yeah, man. I give
Got
him.
a
I
goal
give him
and 2
props.
assists this season.
Yeah, props to him. But
That
yeah,
was
man. Love
months
to,
ago as
One
well
or 2
now.
assists.
it was. You don't even feel it's mad the amount of streams we've been on. But love to everyone who has tuned in. This Q&A has really popped off. We've been going almost 3 hours, and you lot have stayed for the majority. So big up. I've seen the numbers grow. You've done good numbers on this. We're
Yeah,
back
we did good
tomorrow
numbers on
for Agenda FC, which will be at 10 p.m. myself and Lewis. So that'll be good. Make sure you check that out. Keep an eye on the upcoming live stream section because I will be updating it after this. But obviously, you got the Sarcasm City podcast on Saturday. We'll be doing Gold Cup watch-alongs as well. Olympics, if it's going ahead, that'll be happening. Those will be happening on Twitch. But I'll keep you posted. Every time I go live on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch, people, I always go live on the YouTube before to remind all of you lot we hit 82 likes. That's massive. Large up everyone who is supporting the channel. Much appreciated. Go on, fam.
Me and Man City need to do an Agenda FC on Kevin De Bruyne still.
Yeah,
Needs to be
100%.
done.
Too. But
Who
yeah,
De Bruyne? Hell no.
Kevin
Yeah.
De Bruyne.
You're the only one that needs to go on there. I've not got an agenda.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's me that has it,
You're
but
the
like,
one that's got the agenda. But you'll
you
end
need
up
to come in, you
apologising.
need to come in and defend your boy, innit?
And large up
You're
Slends
gonna,
is
in a year's time, you're gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, Jan."
No, I won't. How do you know I
Backtrack now.
do that? You know I stick by my
Yeah, you live and die by your agendas. That is true. Don't need to tell you, man, them get the membership. Yes, link is underneath in the description, man. Large
Big
up
up,
everyone who's tuned in, man. Much appreciated. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.